dia yɛkɔ amanonia ni nyina ne sɛ Newcastle sɛ yɛne Liverpool eni asɛm bia ni nyina ne sɛ Alexander Isak no sika yɛde ato ne so 120 million pounds na yɛgye no in 2 tranches enti 60 million pounds upfront na the following year no na afei nso 60 million. Now there is another 20 million add-ons bi. Eno de enye guarantee. Enti eno no number of matches. Ebia Liverpool win Champions League and as almost win Premier League any number of matches ni nyina wo ho. Na unim se Victor Gyökeres no. Ohwe ni training enura asempa de ne first training videos by go bi o share enura yi na owo hobby. Ena Tottenham Hotspur eche Arsenal ebo owo ama ene ukopie mu ewo North London na ewu musa match no eko so far away in Far East there na emomu no ukopie mu ewo North London na bragging right na ewo ho ni nyina Spurs for no say na momu kra mo nyaade season ye twa mu ko trophyless yen ye gi Europa enti no season we de said ye yahase no saa na ye be hase na Manchester United nso ene abrantie kuma Ganacho no omuntimi mmone so bo omuntimi mmone so chem ene nkrofo na kola amofa na at the age of 7 atetina ma nei wadi 21 o sahe no muntimi mmone so bo dia player bi mpa ena mobetimi abone so bo ewo ho ensem we ni nsem bi e ka ho ene atena si ena anopai ye de ebro na onim sese de na wotwi de bia ye no tie we ye ba. Amesa bakwajo dem refer die wate kwajo wo die sanka metwa bia kana watwi nyina meye me mpaboa ho fi amesa bakwajo kwajo fo su papa bi me pa cho enya me kwajo fo su wo fi ha ho asem na me ka na emom enkrofo mienu aka kire me se akwasi enkrofo mienu se na mehu se special ase ose Daddy Lumba oni Daddy Lumba nkola abrem no mo se ase special sene kakre ana sa
akwa na mehu ni ose ne pa
hwani yi odi hwani sam bi
ma hwani ma sa hwani ose ne pa eno mo di ni so se
kwajo fosu so mo nyina ase kirefo
za ende bi kwa na ne ba ni special
da bi enya ne ba bi ebeye abusua bi ase ba bi omo nyina ase kirefo
bi twa share ne ba kra
amesa ba kwajo
ohwemu ye kwa ne ba ni special
sa da bi na ase special ni fi awadi Any pampa, I am pampa. Kwadwo betimi awo no.
Na wa say na
Kwadwo betimi awo no. Say kwadwo eye bibi ansa na okọ Germany ni dia nanka. But the wutie ye sikasem. Mesi sikasem nti ne ensuo to anope ya ye nyina ya sori abetena ha yi. Ensuo to anope ya na ba bia wote ni ensuo anto. Mimi banyina ensuo to sa. Za ensuo anto ba bia wote. Eh yaden. Okay, so tie sikafuom. Otie sikafu amante mu. Not esikafu not Legon Hill say ho na wote. Enti ye be ye na bi ensuo nto ho.
Twanu ani nyina anti nsuo.
Menye sure.
Papa so ba na ensuo to.
Ensuo to.
No, but this part the ensuo nto eh.
Sa.
Yes, from I say kukra ensuo anto.
Na bi ensuo ato wa ha.
Time ben.
Anopa mi duru ani ensuo pete wa ha.
Okay, na me be there. Back from
Akwesi enye wo wotie sikafu mu enti enye
what I'm saying is that from text me if you text me text me here back and enyina
na say
fanima Nima highway
I should have
kanda one fanima ofa kanda
oh Nima highway
me say eho ye kanda
Kaukudi no
eho ye kanda
Ubeji Nima highway amaka kanda hwe ewo ha Ubeji Nima
ofa Sweden be na
Ubeji Nima highway e de amaka me books with the Nima highway from Kaukudi to Nima highway
baby a wonam na wo ka odi bepie ho ni nyina sikafu mu sa ofri airport na bepie mu Roman Ridge
me I like na buy you I like
na ne buy
I like na me buy
obepie mu Kanda the good old Kanda estate esikafu mu e na dia bepie mu asalam
so to
enso ato no pe
oh okay
enso ato no pe pa Jesse odie na otwi nyina ye mon da de lumba na otwi nyina ya ka ne ho nsem bebre de Ghana fo nyina ya ka ne se jabeda de lumba na Ghana ni bia mpeso obewu ana se ya na dwen ho da se de obi ede a ye nyina ye besoro na ye se da de lumba enka te asefo ho bi. What's your feelings like?
Yeah, but as for that is the usual reaction of Ghanaians to a big celebrity. Anytime, a celebrity will die. But say Oshe Daddy Lumba ne albums I will be releasing and ne I've listened to a lot of the entertainment pundits. I've paid attention to somebody like Marco Krekumante, who has made interesting things about observations about him. Say, for example, say for a celebrity like that, he managed to keep his life very private. A big celebrity, now in terms of being in the public eye, apart from the professional work, say, or bonum ama or release album ama babeka ho asem you beyond that you hardly heard of Lumba say ya kan ho asem no asom camera is in so to react
or responding
to those things. And again, Daughters of Glorious Jesus made that observation, very interesting observation. Say for them, one of the things that they picked of Lumba almost so oma fadia kan way when they say na Lumba nyo obia or pentem se obeyi ne ho ano ana so obi defending ho se assembly buffer no ho na he always kept that calm, cool, collected attitude, character. And for me, I think that is one instructive. I'm not hating me, but really to hear Mark, who is a giant in the entertainment industry, and to hear, Daughters of Glorious Jesus, who are not contemporary or secular musicians, for them to make that observation about him, it's quite deep. And for me, I say we lose such a person. The only thing they say, I hope that we'll find a way of keeping his memory. Chroma say yeah tying Sadia say I mean say a monuments board, the museum and monuments board, if they can get the collection of Lumba, his stuff, and because you see, Mark once again was making another interesting thing. Say, if Lumba had come during this era, say internet era, I'm sure he would have made a lot of impact, than he made, and because he was asked an interesting question about say whether he was the best Ghanaian musician of all time, and he says he makes an interesting thing. Say, look, Obiani in the era, if you are the best, I mean you can't say that somebody is the best throughout. So but yema ebusia yako na ɔman na nkasa nso yɛma yɛn ho nyinaa yɛn ho yɛakɔ sɛ yɛahwere ade kɛseɛ sei na yɛn mpaebɔ ne sɛ n'abusuafoɔ ne immediate family no ho kronkron ankasa bɛfa kwan a ɔbɛhyɛ ɔmo den na wakɔmfɔte ɔmo. It's very very important. But ebiem say I mean he deserves a state buyout. That we will have to put on the table for government to consider. Say, your man is state barrier. Your man is state barrier. We are. So you so if you come from Asante Mampo.
Yeah.
Na ya the neko na Asante Man is soon. Very important. We Asante Man.
Encrofor class state barrier no ka yenko ye woni krum ana yenye wo Kumasi. It does the state barrier no the venue doesn't really matter.
Well, but it will also we should also allow she Lumba funa the SKA origin bia so but we should allow the Accra people to really also have a feel of what it is. Now we are now you didn't call na Asante for say womu dishe preoccupied omo for mra no mu nsu enti I mean en crying so not try en crying na oye ni nioma en crying na en crying so ye jeni nyum kama enti mijidi say ye state burial no ha say na ye de ne kokuma say na ye koye na yie no ho so a mijidi say en say hwe enti and for me again this provides an opportunity for a certain level of, not a certain level, but some aspect of tourism to be promoted. So some form of attention to come to Ghana. How we position this particular thing and how it endures to our benefit is also very important to us. So, I mean, that is for government and for the people within the entertainment space to look at. But going forward, as I say, a share kwanya, yebe faswa, yebe yen kai dumbi, edi esi wona yedi akai Lumba. Again, we so ubit mi akase. I think Lumba, whilst he was alive, was made to feel special. So Kaya under President Obo, omu ye lifetime achievement ceremony be Eddie honor Lumba. And I think
President Obo as president of Musica.
Absolutely. And I think say this week somewhere I chanced the video on my Facebook video session. Now, it just hit me. Say, oh, after all, this man was on it whilst he was alive. And you feel now, your chairman who call him. Wait there, you meet me there and say, see, say, you're celebrating whilst he was alive.
Yeah.
And I think that it's wonderful. It's wonderful that we're able to do this.
Celebration in 2018. Global Media Alliance, Yeju Media, Yen Africans Legends Night. Yen so ye di celebrating. In fact, that year no, ye Lumba ne birthday. When say ye won 29th September.
Yeah.
Yes, ye Lumba 29th September. Yes.
September born.
Or ye September born. Or ye September born.
No wonder September borns are special.
Or ye September.
Very.
And Global Media Alliance onan yi pa, and the event was scheduled on his birthday. And guess what? Obano, the birthday Obano, and you more the buy, and you more the buy adakatia.
You know,
No, that day I was at the event and I was wondering why or the other Katiana buy until say you will buy. And I'm who say na on kwan beti me achira se di
no,
nti
you
o say
see,
buy.
apart from the fact is that he was a philosopher, you know, and the way I to your boss, and I believe that University of Ghana Music Department, University of Cape Coast Music Department, we must be able to, and I say him for linguistics, openye jekum no mo chire twi ni ade no. As I see it to me fa ninsem no. Na ye to me study no. I mean, somebody has to be able to study Lumba and to be able to understand. Most of the times, no, you entire yes idea, no, you foreign musicians, because maybe it is easy to get the information about them and all those things. But it's important that, for example, I mean, somebody like Amachidede, for example, the musicians, we and the music departments of the various universities, it will be very important, tertiary institutions, it will be very important that somebody takes time to study these people and really come out with something you bet me about people like that. I mean, I believe if you go to America, you get something about Michael Jackson.
Sure.
So, I mean, this is our Michael Jackson. I mean, Lumba, the Kojo Trees, because high life is our thing. You know, and when we say high life, there's also high life rhythm in gospel as well.
Yeah.
So people like the Tego sisters and the Daughters of Glory Jesus, the Benis Affairs,
Nana
Asaris, the Jane and Benis, I believe that is something that, as I say, beyond listening to their music and enjoying them, I think that we should get the academic side.
Ninsemo kan no baako a eba ya Ghana ha obi agi tumu na emomade ensem bae pa enie. Oh, na mpacho monfre Bismarck mame no mehwa de mame. Oh, okay. Ajimensem.
We mama carry cancel. Yeah. Osi. Ajimensem.
Me bo ha emo. Menti ase. Ma bo ha nso. Ori krom. Sto bia bedu animu bia anyuma na omo bani. Ka bi ebetwa ho bia sa anyumu e na omo bo. Ono nko a na betimi akire mama se ba kwadwo ono nko a na betimi akire anyumu yi. Ono nko a na betimi akire mu.
Nti abakosem a o kan amama kai sa asem no. Sa time na former Choice FM near friend Sunshine FM. Nana Tommy and Forcing. And Nana Oye morning show. I mean, Tommy and Forcing had gone to start that radio station after he had left multimedia and all that. And Tommy and Forcing the issue nearby.
Was he at Joy at that time?
No, he was at Sunshine. He had moved to Sunshine. So
then I think that he's been misrepresented. That he was at Joy.
No, he wasn't at Joy. He wasn't at Joy at all.
In 1998. No. Because I knew way by 1998.
He wasn't at Joy.
98, yes.
They are going to start, you can say, Sunshine FM radio station, 102.3, and later change to Choice FM. So together with George Boone and all the other guys, But, I mean, at that time, we were radio addicts. So, listening to the program, I was tuned to Sunshine. I was listening. That the other voices, controversial, but he has to raise it, and he didn't do that with malice, because he thought that some of the lyrics, the lyrics were too strong for has to be playing in the morning and all those things. So he raised the issue, and I mean, Tommy Anamfosin was big.
Yeah.
You know, so once such a matter has been raised by him, other people picked it up, and but eventually, Ghana Music Awards thought that Charlie, irrespective of whatever we raised, Charlie, he was the, I think, artist of the year that year or something like that.
Most popular and artist of the year that year.
So I mean, that was a very, very big. But for Tommy Anamfosin, he was raising the matter primarily because he thought that around the time and here born and all those
explicit.
There was no explicit
whatever. But I'm saying that
it was only inferred from those people that the language was too strong, but there was no explicit word used. In fact, the most explicit point of that song here. So boom namantia and that one.
So boom namantia
so I mean that
didn't say anything explicit in that song.
No, but that's that Lumba for all.
Yes, of course. So I think that it was inference.
And someone ni entiminka, ya papa mu entiminka ofie nchire, ya maame mu entiminka na no ka chire.
So I mean I mean and that period was really that day he raised that issue. I mean, it just caught fire and everybody was picking on it. I mean, to the extent say, I be on crime say taxi be or car be by near friend.
Yeah, near friend.
I mean, so the popularity of the song, there was no doubt about it.
Fantastic. Hey, Ike,
yeah, but I think this week I was saying something based on the lyrics, and I was making a point say that the Lumba was hugely misrepresented.
Okay.
His lyrics were misrepresented by people. Because our a knack for playing with words. No,
as a literature student, you have to.
Yes, and me as a literature student,
I know what he's doing.
Now, I am the one who play with words, and he was using a lot of pan.
Yeah, pan.
Especially bakuna or pepper. No.
Intini mama pepper bakuna na ye ubedi sika na so bedaji.
Daddy ubedi sika bedaji.
Na nyo nkwa baby ame dey say imu na mental frame. Imu na me wimu. Na me winter frame. Na ne wuo mi nya kokwa engine just team ko team wado. Me nya kokwa echida wo ko team wado. Menya kokwa echida wo ko team wado. Menya kokwa echida wo.
Akosi praise and worship.
Aden ye. What to be ye. O pese otu nyumu ni nyina free.
Me ba o. So you people. Only Prof Etiha suggest say we cannot sing Jalumbe's Nani Wu song.
That's not what I'm saying.
Nobody has said that.
What to do? What to kakre?
So no, but the misrepresentation I make an ebinio.
Abose 930.
The misrepresentation I make an. This is a classical example. This is a classical example. So, what did he mean by what he was saying? Or see, kwati muada. Or see, okwati asemwa. Emuanda because na newu. That is the song. Inti. He has been misrepresented to the extent that.
Okay,
but that is the song.
Can was and you na me say to no.
I say na ewu. Say no, let's explain because unu say because he used to play with the words nti ya misrepresented ama for ka say you do bad pay jama nyom bebre pay jama. But if you listen to his songs,
not friend who Playboy
does not mean
Playboy Daddy Lumba.
Playboy you can say Dr. Pani as say
Epane do woni pay.
Dr. Pani, say Dr. Pani.
And has a book Imanuyati. That and na friend Dr.
Pani.
You there. So see.
Continue more than the meaning was that said because even if you go to the next verse, say o kotia me mbwanda na ne wo me nya kokwa ejida o koti mwado. So what he was saying effectively is that
No.
No. There was no air there. There's song that was say no. Let's someone say na ne wo na ejida o koti mwado. Menya kokwa ejida o koti mwado. O kotia me mwanda. That is where expanded Well, but that no, me only say actually literature university. Linguistics.
University.
Yes, and linguistics one language yeah the linguistics by EP. Asante P. And a very formalized language. Asante P, no. There are 2 words. Sometimes uyi ebia the first vowel no every or into boy sibia say they can say kwatimu unga say kwati udi tu nyumu funny sa.
Okay.
That's why even in English songs we are over no crowd to me even free no one over. And unya music akra
my kakra into the kind of metiasi.
Okay, into do my entire praise and worship na. But
Fabra
no man nyumbi me empire I didn't know.
Okay.
Mempiebo, not knowing that, and it is like Lumba ni nyumi or boy piano had a relation with someone or something. Most of them are personal experiences.
Yeah.
In fact, now me who but I'm saying I share interview no. The Mempiebo song was for the wife.
The wife, sister Penny.
Sister Penny.
Yatiwa.
Yes, Yatiwa.
Wangoda.
It's me share. Yatiwa ngasa I think we can go into
Max. You're happy.
Yes, Max na interview no.
The most I watch a interview about Lumba since I knew when it.
Yes, and I'm for create interview no be
in Crawford.
I'm for create interview no be.
No mama credit.
No.
Omo logos na free so.
But
omo ye danti ba
me even the voice said this is Max interview.
Yes.
And the woman explaining how it came about in Yomuno. And when the woman was the interview, I wept. Or see on water. And that was the reason Limba born. To say in Yuma. Now Lumba say, Jawaya Masera. Kai onka yatiwa. Na onyema ononso.
Okay.
Na or see ne yefu abona bro.
Okay.
Like you say sometimes some of the songs
with words, no.
Say only the reason if you only say try, but if you get to know say he was playing it for someone very close to him and praying to God say nyame mbwana onya efu enwa. Now start to continue only be one. Then you feel the emotional attachment to that song. And the woman put the she has come to accept that is her faith. And that ebimpoa nke nyame man e ba ebimpoa nka ontimi anhwe ne sumpu ebimpoa pa se onyama ne ba mpoa nka wabeya mro be bia kwa be kunumpu.
Yes, and can pontiase
pontiase inti she has resigned to her faith and accept Lumba legend. And you have told you that it is owu ye ya na me ma she that na say it ni nyum ni ye pa.
In that interview the woman said something constructive or say ene esan se wa ngodenti. If you are
on in Kraman native,
on in Kraman and native, on
in Kraman and native. Charlie,
me almost an unite. My uncle said, na down for pa, na send enough for one bako pa, Ghana's former president, and Kraban said, and 10 a.m. His Excellency the former president, Nana Adodanko Kufuado, ebe konifi akwakochia ne yere ene nebusia for. And now no pay 10 inch be na 10 abo na ordinary kwa akochire ho
ebiem okay. Another controversial thing it wasn't a controversy but it generated a lot of discussion. Lumba versus Kojoenchi raised by Samens. This was on one of the morning shows and
it became big on Twitter.
I'm telling you, I mean it was really big for that weekend.
But maybe but mismatch.
Whatever it is.
But people someone like PJ Mose.
You see,
someone like PJ Mose.
There's no way you can convince PJ Mose.
Kojoenchi a musician, but Lumba is more than
but Obi say PJ Mose. There's no way that can convince him that Lumba is better.
There are some people like me. You can never convince me that Lumba is better than Kojoenchi. You can't. You can't. There's no way I can be convinced.
Until Lumba ewu a meeting you need now it was difficult for you to convince me that he was better than Shatawale.
So I'm a more of a Kojoenchi person.
Jesse, me, with no disrespect to Obiba, but I think say Lumba Kwadwentri mismatch. Me.
It can never be a mismatch.
Only person. The only person to me, onimu chro eto esi Lumba. Any Michael Jackson. And numpo ye kakrebi. Michael Jackson. But the yen to us.
Obiakra
I quite fameko
Mami bonito because the prof there be am some Fridays there na me jamo.
Yes.
Because they akasa throughout the week and for attend.
There were less than 15 minutes to conclude.
Inti me there mami use just 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay.
10 no.
Emma
Jesse. Prince.
Yes sir.
You me who say Indra. There was a big event. I wished I were there, but because of so many issue,
yes.
I couldn't say me. I am saying you say made many. Ekohwi. We never many coach amansa. Movie. But me to be uncle and my mencha Shiba. Madam for being shanida. But I mean in a lot of discussions.
Or your bar now a bema.
Or na Shiba the better bema.
Okay. But your twasso.
Nti you have
ne man now for doors chair mema.
Why to say Lumba? Ne ho ma bebre. Say Lumba wonyo bi sa.
me pen mema na for bebre.
So nya.
Enu nti na ye me nwanwa say we won hia ne da na ye me nwanwa. Akwasi ono ya adamfo won hia wo da de. Hu pa bruta.
I was supposed to be there meant to be uncle. And the invitation was not too clear what was going to happen there. The invitation was not too clear what was going to happen. Even though I must say it was going to be a partnership. Ministry of Sports and GFA in a partnership. There are some grey areas that Ebi and there was a more try. And there was a more try as the head of sports, acting head of sports, and Albright as the Albright is now the head of production. Into Moshena, you be from FE. Now clarity, or from the ministry. Now clarity on who is funding this 1 million cedis
per club.
Who is funding it? 80 million, and I'm sure that there's going to be more. And the FA president stated, say, at the end of the season, the prize money will be shared or be distributed according to positions. Into, let's see, because yes, because me who and the Emma me, I have the feeling that Scano every government, senior government input directly, it is being supported by government. And in the manifesto of the National Democratic Congress, they've made mention of supporting the Ghana Premier League and other leagues. I don't know if this is one of the steps because the MMS inference they say at the launch, I saw the chief of staff, and it is no mean thing to have a chief of staff at such a launch because it is difficult to see him at such programs. He was there. And then I saw the majority leader of parliament, Mahama Yariga, also.
Honorable Mahama
Yariga. And then the sports minister, who was my teacher at Aditya College.
The best school in Central Region.
Yes, the best school. That's Prince Charming. Now, if any Batman, who shall offend the Batman, won't say will be our Benny pa. No more 3. But Pili, and back with Slim Shady, and now on the friend Batman. No more 3 guys. No brute, no more being. At last time, no friend says, I don't know what GTV friend is saying. Quiz program. What do you know?
What do you know?
That was some young guys, my basso and Pili Slim Shady. I'm a top guys, but so I'm not surprised that we do level up, we do. And Prince, into once all these people were there, I smell some semblance of government
intervention,
inclusion in this deal. They should come out and then I'm gonna blame the bell. Let's see. And I'm not speaking about it from on the negative side.
Sure.
Scanabano, the clubs are really happy about it. I've spoken to some of the Premier League clubs, among reps, and they feel that last season the winner of the league got 500,000. Now we unya 1 million for a starter. At least it will cushion some of them, especially Young Division 1. Even financially, more from at least it will cushion them, and we know how the kind of struggles are most of these clubs in Ekum. Now, my main praise and worship. One thing that is happening simultaneously across Hearts and Kotoko. what is that thing I call so? Jostling for the supporters leadership of both clubs. Idea is simultaneously. So ukwa to foka. You see Van der Poemu pray say Poakwa bedi the NCC chairman. Ukwa kotoko so being secretary and the others are also fighting to become supporters leaders of the also the NCCs are problem more than NCCs are okay pray from the NCCs are Prince from the NCCs are so prof
Poakwa national
chapters council and chapter
committee Poakwa no has the national chapters committee and a kotoko the national circles council.
Okay. Now my main point is that inti omo pray supported leadership no. What is the end game? Yusuf
to mobilize
Obeng secretary. What is the end game?
And Solomon Ofusuware. Chairman Solo.
Chairman Solo. What is the end game?
To mobilize supporters.
So, my point is say most of the time, you who almost say ebeda ho say ye supporters leadership, we see them jostling for the position. But so omunya position na ejuma na also mu ye pa the core duty as the supporters leaders, they are not able to do it. And to say, I have a feeling that maybe amunya sa leadership position na I compare their not for the benefit of the club, but for their own benefit. Otherwise, for several years now, you any major improvement about the supporters front, based on some policies or programs of the supporters leaderships of both clubs, and these are the biggest clubs in the country. And I'm coming from the backdrop of the number of fans that we see at the various stadia in Accra and Kumasi. And that is what me made be judge omo. It's not time at Kotoko, I call Summer Boy, because Summer Boy will get to see Kotoko there once a year or once in a season. And it's a Kotoko, I call Summer Boy. You are sure to say fans no more than in their numbers. So you cannot use that to judge that supporters are doing well. The leadership is doing well. Say has Eko Doma. That day, Doma will be full. Why? Because has the whole season has been called once,
yeah.
And so of course once now. Fan bia be say or has new Kotoko for back against. Has will support it, so the stadium will be full because has is coming. It means we use an away game to judge say supporters near there. But why home games? Why is it that home games are about na crack and Kumasi supporters number? And are we holding the supporters leadership? Are we holding them to bad attendances? Nana, we don't. Because umnya GVA in Myanmar peripheral things and na you somebody engage in. But core duties say be ensure search for supporters Eco Park. No, they are not doing that. Share my share ball check Accra. The musical youth time. Emma Dr. Nyaho Utama Kulabaji, from 85. Eba. Mekai Ezekiel Alamu, Ablade Kuma, Sabato, Bendugbate, Shamokwemo, the musical youth. That was the pointer. Mr. Timinya Akwenya Eden, Akko Stadium. I could share the musical youth. Who Ezekiel Alamu. They were brilliant players. At that time, every time I see them Mayema. Because now the energy was there. Oh, the fast forward crambra mo fast forward crambra there.
The energy was there at which front?
The supporters front.
Okay.
So you could see that even that time look now, almost there any proper structured supporters way Now Ubenya supporters from Tema, they're able to gather themselves. Supporters from Bubuash, from Ashaman, from Dansuman, from Medina, from Newtown.
Hachu.
Or Fabasis. Because at that time, you cannot afford to see Sabato. What is Sabato?
Abladikuma.
I mean, who may. Prof, there's all Abladikuma. Koshe, 92 Olympics, Barcelona. Not 11 years. Never Samakuma. Damn it. Whoa. Blood Kuma. You cannot afford not to go and watch him.
In South Africa 96, he was part of the national team.
Yeah.
The Blasters, yes.
Yeah, Obiba. Oh, then fast forward 2000, 2001, that period. Because at that time, and I'm saying they say the supporters, no, leaderships, no, Omunti, no more for ban free. Hard to folk, for instance, one thing energize supporters by music. One thing energizes supporters, music. And Ocean foreign clubs now. Ocean game now. What do you hear most? They sing players' names. I'm going now with like it has some vibe. There. One thing me, Emma Minya, they love to always go to the stadium. But baby, no, after the early 90s, no, I mean, but I'm also bouncing back in the 2000s, no, that was music.
Said you mo born
you man, now that time now, musical chapter, powerful.
Gina so.
Inti omunya raising you na, and that time, no, Prince, in the Uko Stadium, every national I'm
Sure.
I remember that has the Olympics. That time now, Asilewe,
Senegal.
Now I bet you know Olympics for. It was a house of folk boy. And I bet you any Olympics. So there was that rivalry. Into that day, now give me at 6 p.m. Prof, it could do at 4 p.m. Brea, me Brea, and something Rat Stadium, Sadano. Prince, I will never forget that day. Yeah, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Wednesday, 6 p.m.
Midweek.
Now stadium, no, out. Mercy, you have to push us. What to say? Yeah, I don't know. Could run stadium. Sometimes now, popular star, no, now international, now, Ujina, bar,
now, Ujina.
Prince, and you need to move 90 minutes. That didn't make Phyllis and you wepa. Enyo to, Asiphobia, nyonto, nyonto. Mercy, 3-0.
Jesse Candy Opo.
Ishmeni, Kofuani. See, no, I'm saying that when you go there, I say Usa, Odoba, Eko, now feel that atmosphere now. The next day, one of us said that I'm start to feel that atmosphere.
And it was created by fans.
Fans!
Okay.
So the energy, the drive, the excitement, the whole stadium. I'm telling you that what happened at the President's Cup, you were there.
Yes.
What happened there? The first time I will get about the I'm sure that what happened there, no, the Belgium human being said, "See, na they be a stadium." And the next time, no, on the crowd person, they tell me, "Oh, you're going to go be." But supported leaderships, no, they're not able to do that. Recently, Kotoko started the university for
tertiary Poakwa.
At a point, to the extent that even Black Stars elbow gamer, you could bash your mobile. Why?
Center line.
Why?
Because of Enyum.
And now I'm creating an atmosphere and they're exciting. So every day go stadium, everyone wanted to see them. That I'm about stadium. Bow.
With your flag.
I have a friend. Alasan Kama, our team second division. My friend Scandi FC. No, I got to Koni and I say Bahas. Now, do you know?
The last me no in a coffee, you know.
Yes. When you say every day. Okotina on the Okotina.
Pop chapter.
O. Stadium bia woman or see there be.
Because of Enyum.
The atmosphere that is created there. Into supporting leadership, no. This time, Bobby Jones won't hear.
No, this is a near Massissa.
And near there.
Entino, a near Massissa, enti. So be Bejina be born in Sema Beto Num many adeno, a near Massissa. And your mom, so you are telling me that in Europe, Manchester United fans, I'm calling Omuntu Bomusantonium. Me, I've seen Kojo Diamonds, me. I've seen Kojo Diamonds, CEO of Data Bank. One for that. What shit, Jama? Yeah. What are you talking about? I'm going to brought food by me, can't yeah. Almost the excitement that they've been singing with, and they video it when they are singing, they video. This popular lawyer, Tadio, sorry. Or Manchester United, Liverpool and Manchester United. Liverpool. We was on the way to call UK the day you win no. 50
fifth again
Manchester.
and on Liverpool. Do you know that every season? One should for Liverpool games.
Yeah.
And Ovidio himself singing, very serious loyalty, caught an enemy word when he goes to the stadium. So I'm saying that I didn't try. The reason I brought those people is that say I say that means saying you go born some stadium. Is that what you are saying?
No, say Ebia said the year no the late early 90s, late 90s, early 2000, ABC 205.
That is the problem. That is what we have to go back to. So meanwhile, we were at the Grass Sports Stadium, President's Cup. So stadium was full by the place I am Manfuantano. And we saw when Shatawale came to the stadium. Almost everyone was on his feet to the extent the president was even singing along.
Yes.
So I'm saying that when he comes to the stadium, it is just like Wako concert. Wako concert, don't you stand and dance? Lumba concert, obey we African legends. Once, Akura, once,
Misakakra.
Mr. Edward Watty, Mr. Nesbati,
Omusai.
In fact, previously, every African legends night, Nana Konedo Adjan Rollins.
No, but
Oba, consistently. I think we are due to age and and so on. She's always there dancing. So, football games, yeah, and can say, as a son, that means we're not doing our things right. When it gets to the point where we don't have fans, jubilate, that means that there's a problem, and side problem, no. And I may say, the supported leadership now, in the Omo person Beji Ejumano, almost that year where Juma, Omo they must hold them to street proof and scrutiny. Say, Bana wo Bano. How are you going to mobilize the supporters? Say the Yebe shake game stadium Nema. How are you going to mobilize and energize? The supporters base is not yet very strong. In fact, Kumar says those times there was a chapter 9.
The famous chapter 9.
The famous chapter 9. In fact, se has to cry about Accra. Not chapter 9 for na ya mode Niamaba. No game.
Yeah, menti asepa. O so mo ni mo hu adwuma ye.
Yes.
Ti omo na no omo mo be.
Oh, you mock.
Chapter 9.
Uncle by mock that.
Hey, chapter 9.
Yeah, and the way they even have that exciting feeling to in peace. And Shomokwe. In fact, those who Shomokwe mo
Omuna has play a beyond man foreign name.
Shomokwe. Shomokwe.
Oh, me kind of pa.
Shomokwe na has me kotoko. Or is kotoko she has a intern itself and Sophie. You see, those things, Prince. My young tungu.
It's almost on the baba.
Yes. Let's energize the base because the problem today is that my daughter prefer that she doesn't know Kotoko, but she knows Arsenal. She knows Arsenal because also support Arsenal.
Because the father has introduced her to Arsenal.
Yes. When Omuko school now almost sometimes Jesse Day,
rep your Jesse.
Prof, one day I told Prince, I went there. None of the kids,
none
of the any local club.
But even to add it, the banks, when they are doing their customer service,
they do it. Yeah.
They almost share jerseys and all those things. And if you check through all the various banks, all of them are
foreign clubs.
Yes, and it is dangerous.
There was only one. Make us in back on of friend say Ope Black Star jersey. And look at the local club. Also, he doesn't support any of the foreign clubs in T. Or no, that the person share Black Star.
Someone Kotoko.
Also Ope Black Star.
Also Ope Black Star.
One request Kotoko.
Also mean him say ni papa may his soul rest in perfect peace. Ni papa no a big Kotoko fan pa.
Why introduce man?
Debbie, ebusia phone ni no me Kotoko na say a local league
so it is dangerous because your man they don't know a house in our Kotoko. And they're dangerous. When we are no longer, who is going to watch us as in Kotoko? So we must the leadership. I will say, being extra money, Chairman Solomon, Yusuf, Vanda Poemo, the other side. No. I was almost actually show strategy. Must say the best start I conform. I introduce your clubs. No, at the actually your mano. Papa phone na mo support has, my phone support has no. Yeah, mano, let's also bring them on board. Let's start from Mumbra Stadium, no the feel no, and love the club. Even when the club is not doing well, they'll know that it is part of their duty to support the club.
Jesse.
Good news be. And I'm wonder could share Sporty FM.
Oh, okay. Wonder.
Special assistant
to the sports minister.
Sports minister. No. Na intia me from Wonder and say National Sports Fund bill no. Bill no is ready.
Okay.
I call cabinet. And most likely say a call parliament for consideration many years but as I'm back on Meka and say MPP time a call cabinet. Afi Drew baby na aye cabinet parliament cabinet need dia to inchiri wo sa cabinet on
and call parliament that.
Oh eko na say back to parliament. Back to cabinet.
And it was not laid.
Never. Oh no. And I make I say it could do parliament to
answer. Never laid.
You know, but one that catch me say, and even I was told say the president had made mention of it. President Mahama had made mention of it. Say, time a black queen. Say time a black queens for no Kosran. He had made mention of it. Say, you can say bill no, they finished. And is ready to go to parliament. Incidentally, now the ministers too now are members of parliament. The choir parliament for consideration is quite strange. But fortunately, no.
When you parliamentarian.
Yes, but fortunately, majority leader way why former minister of youth and sports.
Sure.
And I can see say the NDC government want to use sports to prove a certain point. And it's looking like they are giving us all the right notes. They're giving us all the right signals. Say, and now I'm a cow and I'm going to repeat it here. Say sports fund no, a co-parliament near passive bill into an actor. No matter what Kofi Adams does, he's my best minister. And for only 3 years, I died in the ABC of sports ministry under him. He's my sports minister. He's my best sports minister.
And to Barcelona, World Cup.
And I make us say, and for only the sports fund bill, no. Yeah, the co-parliament near passing into an act. Now you nyakwa you be pefuto e de gus sa fund no. And he spoke again about classification of the various sporting disciplines. All catch me. In fact, one that did say about 5 almost developing templates. But the various federations presidents or Honorable Minister Ababe Shiaomo. So what it means is that very soon we'll get that classification properly done. And you see, these are policy measures that some of us have been crusading on, especially for the sports fund. I mean, I have not hidden my disappointment at the passing the sports bill into an act without a funding component. I've not hidden my disappointment. The MPP in 2016 promised say almost the funding component in the beba. 2016 almost call 2020 repeat still yeah funding component, you know. I'm fan kahu. I know Obiama, the Honorable Obiama spoke a lot about it. So and the NDC is back. Sports bill now under Neil and Van der Poel, they passed into an act, you know, and which lacked the funding component, you know. Sisi a minister for Fraba. Bill no, yeah bill no. And you see, what is interesting with this minister is that one year conference biya, one year talk shop biya, okaya, mama yarega. raise matter of how sports funding has become a problem. Or conference be or a national the international conference center said gather and crowd almost church run your baby. So I'm fine Juma. A BM
so on a majority leader.
BM the same thing repeated itself with Isaac Esiama, the Honorable Isaac Esiama. In fact, need the crowd the international conference center me kai pa. Dr. KK Sapon numne Dr. Kwame Banya kunum nyina ba together they put something together. Nkrani be say kebashimene. Enti I told Wanda I was very clear say I'm very skeptical. But based on the things I wonder, I can't run. I say my skepticism no, but we hope say finally funding component for your sports act no, they will pass that bill into an act. Parliament in so say we buy any affair na eba between 10 no maybe aso. Womu nyina Black Queens ekọ ho no womu nyina mu kansem dede kwa so Black Queens iba be ko yan ebi mpacho na yewo ranking member for sports Okroma.
Yes, we
Asifua.
Okroma.
Oha. Aden.
There be
ono na mobilize the side mama Black Queens 100,000 Ghana cedis.
Debi meba to boase. Debi na say the success.
No say ubusa ntina me chira o de waye.
And na say me the last time I meeting the Ghana Chief Justice Assembly maintaining our sports.
Now the person o kan den.
No, me person o kan den say. Look, the matters that have been going on, you don't hear. Which
matters?
There be assembly now. Me person can see Black Queens Babeko. Did you hear him talk? I think no mobilize this car because they have done something.
The minister Black Queens Babeko minister the call parliament or kind statement of parliament was supported by most of the parliament.
Minister ne ko kan you. Minister ne ko kan you. So let's not. Look, I deliberately I'm talking about a ranking member because he should up his game. That's all. But the point is that for me, look, this is exciting news for our sports. Kofi Adams be din kakra na the nominee no there was a lot of talk about funding and I came here some time ago to come and raise the matter say hey, funding and issue, but enra nsem na matinu mani ajepa. I hope say ye the osie be yo na fund ne ba into a na classification so e di achiri look, no matter what happens, he will be my best minister.
Eno Jesse Kofi Amponsa yenkoi na yemfa amanone yenkofa amanone nsem koku ansa. See if you
last week na only asempa Isaac Obiba. Debi
the can kon so no add the transfer request.
Debi enti FSG for better. Mi bisao.
Oh see there
FSG for better.
Yanka say FSG ntimi to.
Debi
the can say
will
not be prudent.
You Debi it's all about prudence. You made the point say I know my FSG people they won't buy Isaac last week.
Oh, but up there because they've shown that before.
The
kind was no in a vacuum. They've shown it before.
They've shown what?
Not this season, but past season.
They've shown what? Past season what? It's not true. They've shown what? They've shown what?
Oh,
past what?
Past seasons.
Said why don't go man to
FG for Oma Tongura Pao.
Oma Tongura be.
Oma to players in Mura papa under club anyway yana motor players papa.
Under club anyway.
Any coach we yana as a motor players amoya papa.
Oma Tongura. Now Manchester United after 2013. After 2013 Oma Tongura.
Under the call Leicester
Brendan Rodgers. Na so no
1,000 Masters no. Eguswa ekoso ten. Ewo Toronto, Canada, special as Canada. Midland and so etimi qualify at the accompanying or the qualifying round of the Europa UEFA League no more. Yada won sem at the League Warsaw and so etna Poland at you Strava Bobokono upon a chimpre academy no emanitimi etimu bako in a League Warsaw and so etimi qualify at the accompanying kama elho na say and a pair no. The next qualifying round now, you're tagging the semi-final. No, say Anabeko, Fredrikstad, Bobokono, Ebetinefie, Nefempono, Omni Midland, Eddie Aboni, Park Thessaloniki, and so at Nefie, Nefempono, Omni Wolfsberger from Eya Okra, your friend Austria, and so at Yaboni, AEK Lanaka, and Ligia Waso, Eddie Beboni, CFR Cluj, and so at Nefie, now Atonsa, Eddie First Sporting Braga, now Omodi Ashisha so, Sefet Bobokono, and so at Na Switzerland, Nefempono, Omatonsa, Eddie FC Utrecht from Holland, now Omonso Eddie Aboni, Brand Bobokono, Tukwan Eddie Akohaken, now Omonso Eddie Akorida so ho Panathinaikos, and so any Shakhtar Donetsk, Adebashisha so Kama, Lincoln Red Imps for Oho Anna Bidipele Ba, your friend Rahim Ayu, Osinakai, Omni Noah, and Adiba Bueni Raika, and a Shelbon, Adiba with us so RFS for El Latvia, Omni Coops for, and so Adiba with us so Nefimpuno Hamran, and so Atinafie, Nefimpuno, Omai Bobokwa, your friend Maccabi Tel Aviv, Omonso Efi Israel, Omai Omawa 2 Elho, Zrinski, and so any Brade Black for, and so Adibashisha so Nefimpuno Star Bucharesti, and so any Drita, and so Edia Bueni Salifu Ibrahim, former player at the Makra Hatfolk, or Onosina Ken. Akan elho Ghana ni dishe ba konso elho my friend Derek Bonsu and any interesting pairing and also every UEFA Europa League ni mo eba jada won sam ade emal now yan Daniel ni kuebi na yen remu e won sam kitiam and also edi atrenche awamanane Benjamin Sesko esina kan e Germany kronomo na utimu sampa obono modern papa elho na intia eba ne se abranche no wajatum say Manchester United, Omombo Air Champions League, Omombo Europa League, Omombo Conference League. In fact, I feel Europe there 0 at the Manchester United Boboko. Now so I be one say, hey, or no dear Massa on Pabao, Manchester United Boboko, why crado, and number one priority say, hey, on also able to be Ram Kaman, and what the Old Trafford. Now Wakosia can. Edi Manchester United Boboko no osia ba ko Porsche Manchester United Boboko na so ya de ba ko pe. And he said the project and the vision of the club, no, Massa, Omonda ne di pefe famano, no soon pass the project, they would da hodia, on the Obejatum, no film puno with me, Bunaketemo, Akopiemo, Manchester United, I saw a Jaro Hato, every ayas, and they on a Chelsea, here. And then we obetimi lande the city of London. Ne fempono wakwa ne medicals kama na bibia akoye kan na no say obe sign it till 2032. Na he says 7 years contract and abemu an so etimi akoko sign it Ajax Amsterdam say bibia akọ na we ya on betimi nya be 43 million euros and in sika Ajax for and so ebetimi nya from sa deal nemo na Real Madrid no so be kotum say omo first La Liga game omo ne Osasuna for e be boy na nka ya ni pema nanka La Liga mpanyfo antwi nkwache kakra mo we say o hwet from time on be rest ya kopim di on be boss game na e be 26 days pe o hwa players no masa e so mo rest kakra na La Liga mpanyfo say mo brosco to sa asem na koto be bi akra say krachi masa mo mani da ho ye share league na see ye ni abre pa until the 19th of August ne dia hwe be Real Madrid Boboko no and so ni Osasuna game no and also e baso ten na Franco Mastantuno say enei o free River Plate eba Real Madrid da so ye no masa target ni e ba ko pe Alfredo Di Stefano brother boy Santiago Bernabeu no masa osisa abrabona eno no so eba be hwe so be hwa boa se bibia be koye no se Real Madrid Boboko no the biggest club eno so wiase enene nkomo kakra Franco Mastantuno enso e de ato join na pay ye kan na won so wati bi ho na Chelsea signings de omo ye for a long term no na omo sign ye for short term and as omo ye for short term no na omo sign ye for long term and nei abemu ayo o se o hwe Lamine Yamal o se Yamino masa Lamine Yamal no our strong mentality papa na o se o hwe abemu na ne niye nyina akose Leo Messi bi no ɔsɛ sa mentality abɛmu ne kura no the same mentality na Leo ekra wa bro no nso esusa saa o ɔsɛ ɛnyɛ no wanwa sa abɛmu no nso etimi egyina nan so bɔbɔ wa kwani asanya so no sɛ so to aso saa de amasa the highest level no de ɔtena wa kyɛ yie pa na Ferran Torres sɛ this season goal ne ba ko pɛ botae si basa team nani so ye ba ko pɛ sɛ ne ɔmo nso ebetimi awura mu agi treble no na efempo no locally anase internationally ɔmo asan de UEFA Champions League no enso ape so kama hɔ na Lamine Yamal sɛ na wowa ɛne de pa na ne da so nyina so bɛhyɛ ɛyɛ basa 10 years no na ɔde ato atena nti against FC so ɔto atena no say yes me da so abamu kama pa ɛne ne nkɔmɔ kaka Lamine Yamal enso ɛde ato dwa after sɛ ɔmo ne FC so boboko no enso ɛde game chenchirenche no ɛkɔpem so ɛhɔ na Newcastle United fans no madwo ye ɔmo dwa pa upie mu ɛwɔ Newcastle training ground so a ɔmo de tifo kɛseɛ pa bana chenchirenche pa na akɔ bɔ yɛ sɛ Alexander Isak no ɔyɛ kra. He's a rat. Ubetumi atwene live on Facebook. Or see Isaac is a pure rat. Na say Bela baku bi amene special hu na no pay. Or super special say kusie special we kusie we ye kusie o. Bela kese pa. And no so na mo ye say Isaac no or ye rat, pure rat. And then nkomo kakra Newcastle United fans form so di onoma and no pay. Ye kan answer what bi ho. Na Erling Haaland anɔpɛ wa seresa Erling Haaland aseresa ne bisa na Haaland ade na wo serese ana ɔsɛ ɔno ate wa na ɔka kansɛm bia na ɛyɛ ne wanwa ɔte wa na ɔka kansɛm bia na ɛyɛ ne wanwa ɛyɛ ne sere kra ɔsɛ dodo na n'atwi no abɔ sɛ ɔyɛ tapping merchant yɛsɛ bɔɔ ne deɛ Haaland onimbɔ ne mu nkɔneba bɔɔ no ɔteta ɛbɛtɔ ne mu anapa wabɔ ahyɛ mu ne mu nkɔneba na ɔsɛ ɔte saa asɛm na ɛyɛ ne sere kɛkɛ na ɔsɛ ewiase deɛ yɛnka ho asɛm na sɛ wonka Accra asefo asase so ɔsɛ adeɛ na ɔyɛ ne yie paa nti na dodoɔ na ɛka ho asɛm hɔ nom a yɛre wɔn nsɛm ɛde ɛma na Hugo Ekitike nkyɛ bia no bu na kete mu ɛde fi Eintracht Frankfurt boboko na so ɛyɛ ɛbɛpie mu Liverpool na nkɔmɔ kakra ɛne nna kɔdi sɛ na ne Einslot kɔɔ ne ban ne kra nsɛm bɛn na ɔka kyerɛ ho ɔno sɛ Einslot ka kyerɛ nsɛm masa oba na yɛsɛ obɛdɛfɛdɛfɛ ane nam anim wɔ ne mu nkɔneba o masa oba no bɛprɛse with so much intelligence ɛne mu nkɔneba na adeɛ baako ehia yɛ paa ne sɛ masa Liverpool team na yɛsɛ bɔɔ no kɛkɛ o yɛ human compassion masa esuo no ɛwɔ mu ɛnyɛ sɛ ɛne na ɛbɛma adwuma no akɔ so tɔte ɛne ne nkɔmmɔ kakra Hugo Ekitike ɛnso sɛ ɔne Einslot ɛnso ɛdi hɔnom a ɔno nso ɛtumi ɛsan kama hɔ na wɔn Laporta sɛ ɔne Marcus Rashford di nkɔmmɔ o ɔsɛ ɔne Marcus Rashford di nkɔmmɔ ma ne kɔ akyire paa ɛna Marcus Rashford kyerɛ ne sɛ me deɛ maba basa no deɛ mebo taeɛ baako pɛ o ɔsɛ mebo taeɛ baako pɛ one Laporta ne Marcus Rashford Collins ɔsɛ me ma ba no mebo taeɛ baako pɛ sɛ ɛnɛ yi UEFA Champions League no masa matra Manchester United atra ɛho mframa koraa mo amfa me ho na maba basa deɛ masa ɛno na ɛyɛ me top priority me pay UEFA Champions League ma bɛgye na sɛ me gye wie a ɔka kyɛla one Laporta sɛ ɔgye wie a ɔbɛsɛ wura mu ɛwɔ the FIFA 2026 World Cup no na wɔtumi asan kɔ gye ɛno nso ɛde apɛ so ɛno ne nkɔmmɔ kakra Marcus Rashford ɛne one Laporta ɛnso akɔdi kama hɔ na Luis Diaz no ne first training no ɛkɔ so na yɛsi onye lande ya wura dressing room a na aberante no tutu n'ani yɛsɛ ade obi bi atɔ fam a na ɔsi daabi na ade na wotwitwa w'ani saa ade woba no wogya biribi wɔ fie ɔsi daabi ɔno ɔsɛ nea mepɛ ne nie ɔsɛ very good ɔhwehwɛ baabi a Jamal Musiala ne wardrobe no wɔ nti onye hu ya na ɔsere sɛ yes this is the guy Luis Diaz no ɔno nso atumi ayɛ ne first training a yɛde wɔn nsɛm ɛde ɛma ɛwɔ dwumadie no so now wonim sɛ official meeting ɛbɛkɔ so paa between RB Leipzig boboko no ɛna efempo no Chelsea wonim sɛ abɛnmu a yɛfrɛ no Xavi Simons no ɔno deɛ why making it clear sɛ masa baabi ɔkɔ no ne next destination ɛyɛ Chelsea woyɛ ne den ɔhɔ a na ɔbɛkɔ na mmom bɛyɛ 10 million euros bi deɛ ɛno na ayɛ bone of contention sisi a ɛwɔ saa deal no mu RB Leipzig for sɛ ɛnɛ ɔmo pɛ 70 million euros ɛna Chelsea for nso sɛ yɛayɛ crowd yɛkura 60 na nkene nkamu live for say debi masa mombra ne entrance nti ne nkomo no be koso na efempo no mahwe say 10 million difference no so mo de be add on sanase bia next year on betumi atua e de asoso e de ama Racing Sport Leipzig ene ne nkomo kakra ene nso every Javi Simons di onomu ba ene no pay yere ema e wo dwumede no so na João Palhinha no ene on Tottenham Hotspur wie bibia na che say 5 million euros loan deal no ene so Tottenham ene Bayern Munich boboko na giatuma abewa no so e na say option chenche pa bom na che say ene se loan deal no e ba na wie na ne morebo eso Tottenham Hotspur ene a ene 30 million euros there on betimi atua e de ama boboko a ye fe ne Bayern Munich ene ne nkomo kakra ene so efro no ba yere won sem e de ema na ne wages no ene kamia say wasro pa over 200,000 pounds a week ye emo hye go for betimi atua ni Tottenham Hotspur and then the kakra no so everyone on bar yada won some ade ema na unim say in the history of the Turkish Super League no Victor Osimhen and one player ya turn on the board dem pa Victor Osimhen on any player in the history of the Turkish Super League no ya turn on the board dem na listen here Victor Osimhen 75 million euros and omutia adema Napoli boboko no ekotabiri ne buy even though omutia 40 million na fempo no 35 no next year omutia elho Youssef El Nesiri of Morocco on also 19.5 million euros and omutimi tua on also etimi ebepmo ewo eye boboko a Jeffen Fenerbahce Gabriel Sara and so if Brazil on also eremo the Turkish league no 18 million euros and omutimi etua Mario Jardel 17 million euros and omutimi tua and efempo Nicolo Zaniolo and so omutua 15 million euros honum inti ene Victor Osimhen and so etimi ya bakwasem kese pa honum a jere won sem ete ema na Isaac ni Liverpool nkomo no emwade pa na nei proposal a Liverpool fire e de kwakoma eye boboko a ye friend Newcastle United no nie tieni din fama me mesra pa tieni din fama me Liverpool for say on metumi atua 60 million up front 60 million on my crowd say on metua 120 million euros e de ama boboko a ye friend Newcastle United ban ye tieni on metua 60 million up front na fempo no next year nyame ya dom na yetinkwam a 60 million nso se nyame amba nyame ba dia Canada ahye se nyame amba dia 60 million no next year no betua na yesi bonuses kakra nso keka ho a wan hwa na deal ni na ko bie be 140 million now so 120 million they guaranteed say Liverpool for and so ebetua into san komo no so ekoso na ediachie pa de beto from bia no yen fan kame obia na Liverpool 10-year kit sponsor Adidas officially shase ne na enei Collins Fatu so manu Liverpool jerseys a omo abeda na dia otumu sampa bibia ekoyie kama pa we home kit no and away ne white Gravenberch mo and so Asher Florian Wirtz mo Salamo and so eposi wo kama otumu sampa jersey no kasa pa na intia ba ne say initially omo reporting say enei deal no worth 600 million pounds and enei Adidas for ne etua erema Liverpool na intia ba ne say scano brosa Ntenya se sikano so brosa kama na Real Madrid boboko no mo da so hwehwe defensive midfielder omo hwehwe midfielder ahode no na nei ntia eba ne se Xavi Alonso akache Florentino Perez se Kobe Menu no masa oma tutu omania Rodri no eprakra sambe do kro no ntia ne Kobe Menu no se nka mpenifo etimi nyane mana na nka bibia enso ebe koso kama anase Crystal Palace player friend Adam Watson yesi ono nso Alonso se wentimi anya Kobe Menu dia Adam Watson nso ne ho behia amawrade ye papa na Jesse Lingard FC so game no na ono nso giramu papa esi aka ede anwa FC so boboko no na owie no na Lamine Yamal bopere no se krachi mahwe wache papa mesrawa ye point mami sanka Jesse and on exchange Jesse kama na Jesse Lingard akasa kakra e de afa Lamine Yamal ho o say Lamine Yamal no o ye top talent enti na de bia no timu sampa se kwa no ho bon Ballon d'Or e nomination mu a eno e kire sampa abemu no akokwa yie papa na o se so to aso sa de aye eniama e be fa e de ama Lamine Yamal ne nkomo kakra Jesse Lingard former Manchester United player and so e de atudwa ye de won sem e de ema now yantin tomo Toronto Montreal Bank ATP Tona Eguso Ecoso Canada no na say ene hunsunsan so ekoye Roberto Cabales Bayana efi Spain on it Taylor Fritz from USA and the Bueni ekowie 5-7-6-7 in favor of Taylor Fritz and so etmia qualify edia korenim Francisco Comesana efi Argentina or award number 71 on it Alex de Minaur from Australia ward number 8 and Chebia and Alex de Minaur etmi ewini Washington DC ATP 500 tono elho wasen wuramu kama ewo eya de Montreal ATP ma ne mono ewo soro ochino ebo no 4-6-2-6 honoma ene Alex de Minaur and so etimi akonanim elho Nuno Borges every Portugal or ward number 42 on a Casper Ruud from Norway ward number 13 and a Bueni and also Ekowie 7-5-6-4 in favor of Casper Ruud intene Casper Ruud and so etimi akonanim Alexandre Muller every France or ward number 40 on a Holger Rune from Denmark ward number 9 and also Ekowie 6-2-6-4 in favor of Holger Rune and also etimi akonanim Alexander Zverev every Germany or ward number 3 on a Matteo Anardi from Italy ward number 41 and a Bueni Ekowie 6-7 6-3 6-2 in favor of Alexander Zverev and on also etimi dinkunim intene Alexander Zverev ono and the only tennis player I won in 1990 what me winning 500 times in the ATP tournament na Utimusampa and also near Abakwasem Kakra Alexander Zverev and so etimi elho and now machi games ni because so popular in a qualify honoma and also etimi akonenim no efi Australia na enei say and games ni because Alejandro Davidovich for Kenya and Jakub Mensik and Bebweni Rublev and Sonego and so Elbeshisha Francis Tiafoe and Vukic and so the Bebweni Nefempono Diallo and Taylor Fritz and so Eddie Ashisha so kama honoma and I pay ye kan wasem na won so wati bi ho ye wuramu mayona fema say na ndra games ni bi koye Kokokov every USA or your ward number 2 on Veronika Kudementova from Russia ward number 42 and the Bueni Ekowie 4-6-7-5-6-2 in favor of Kokokova and also etimi akonenim Amanda Animisova FUSA on Lulu Sun and the Bueni on Ofi New Zealand or your ward number 97 and also Ekowie 6-4-7-6 and Amanda Anisimova and so etimi akonenim Kamila Rakimova F Russia or your ward number 62 on Elena Vitolina from Ukraine ward number 13 and the Bueni and also Ekowie 5-7-2-6 in favor of Elena Vitolina and also etimi akonenim Mira Andreeva F Russia or your ward number 3 on McCartney Kessler from USA ward number 32 and the Bueni and also Ekowie 6-7-4-6 in favor of McCartney Kessler and also etimi akonenim and Aumachi ebi Echaguye Yatrimska qualify of Ukraine Sansuna Elena Rabikina every Kazakhstan and also etimi qualify akonenim games ni bi ebekoso Osaka and Ostapenko and the Bueni Madison Keys and McNally and so at the very without so Nefimpuno Sevastova and Jessica Pegula and so at the Bueni Eva Lies and Iga Swiatek and so at the Bueni Chebia and Iga Swiatek and so etimi ewini the one period na yehwenim so ono so ebetimi akonenim e won hyehye ahodoa and also etwagu ewmo yebegina we so na efempo no yede amano ne nsem no asi na Prince Obiba Poakwa Brown e de show no ato aso amen kamapa
Chemo, Charlie, you hold me down, and I'll forever be grateful. You know, say since you show me to soccer bet, I see grains. Talking of good cash out, fast payout, high odds, and total odds accumulation, bro. If they go on for this side, Charlie, that be high for day. I be you know that, bro. Soccer bet they do the most. Then my interface they catch me. Smooth navigation and easy access to all the sports games through any virtual games you choose.
SoccerBet has all you need as a punter. High odds on pre-games, live games and interesting virtual games to instant virtual games as well. Don't be left out on all of this. It's a good thing you join the fun side. Make the right choice today and enjoy all the goodies that comes with betting with SoccerBet. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below the age of 18. Gaming can be addictive.
etoda wo kontimi do champagne pa nanso wo sika ekura wo no na ye juice ene betumi ato so so pese wo kura mra kura sika na udwumadi a wudie won mo wonim dwumadie no etimi dima wo ewo bra wode emfidie a esefata edi dwuma ne dia ene ha ho kura isanze e-productions ye be sort you out frey so open studio and production equipment rental emfidie a ye di twa sene ahodo nyina no ye betimi di bia fam corporate and social videography se wudi udwuma bie a wo pese otwe egun homa so frey TV commercials se wo ton wo niema na pese amanfo ehunu ewa kasamfoni so frey documentaries frey photography any live streaming se wo twamfoni kama pa anaze wo di dwuma bie na pese brekro no mu a obi biara etimi hunu frey waya nyom na pese oya nyom no ho akasamfoni a frey jingle IVR any voice over production frey short and long film frey yetete phone humanie 0242 755 323 ana 0302 254 858 ana se hwie kira kwan yewo Asylum Down ye ben Happy 98.9 FM e-productions capture the moment.
Mamina kwaku ansa Albright asono ene de yen kwa amanone enche bia e ba bedi amanone nkomo Nemo mamin kanchiro se e-production se Father's Month promo no wo mu se Father's Month na twam de na so still a promo no wo ho a ofre yen a ye beje oso ne aba ba yama wo e-production se omo offer a hooping discount for all production services and fa ho said the magnitude no etie say eye personal say eye social say eye corporate we ade a omo be yama kama pa enti en fa ho said the month of June atwam oba omo be di udwumadi no e de ama Father's Month discount no still ewo ho at e-production ni de ye wo ho se ye beboa na watimi capture every special moment within a very friendly budget and is up a see be dwumadi bi ma wa friend 0242 755 323 and say oko social media ne so ayewo at e-productions e-productions capture the moment sika something na ese unya dwuma ye enti say oye SS liver na person oye dwuma security personnel dia adwuma bi e won kran ha security personnel so you di so betimi a security personnel patch of application letter no brother front desk of Happy 98.9 FM me patch your Asylum Down near Asylum Down roundabout me patch you me ko ni se me kanchire all interested SHS leavers say limited spaces available and tentem ye for application letter na bra me patcho say bana bibi nti we hu ba bi e wa frɛ number 0202222068
Happy FM 98.9
I mean no place time
me say not every chairman is chairman. Being a chairman is more than a title. A chairman is the one who makes his woman happy in bed. A chairman is the one who gets appellations in the morning. every chairman will attest that his happiness starts with a kiss. You choke kiss. Shakis ni ya na fe yesisi ye ho so. Ye ho sisi ye ho so dia. Na ye baby sorry dia. Na ye bobani ye pa. Me nia be ma so person ye chairman ye bo abodin dia. Make sure sa brand brain na obey you so kiss. But a kiss condom, any kiss strawberry gel. Or call your nearest pharmacy and answer or chemical store benyabiato. Start with kiss condoms and go smooth with kiss strawberry gel. We use to kiss condom, the abe chairman bako. Boss with chairman a body. Kwame Kofi. Hey Kwame. Hey Kofi menya wan kame wu. Ni nyina se wa bono no wa boni ye pa. Na obe bono wa boni ye dia na e kiss condoms. And afi kiss strawberry gel. Kwame Juma dear Liverpool for a no otiase. Adia omo ye no. Kwame pacho hweme me say Liverpool transfer marketing the omo ye no. The omo ye no otiase ana. Answer omo fun player bia na nhu ni sa.
Oh. I mean, we will be a wedi boy chi for as long as Yemi and saying na yedi chia. It is not always a guarantee for success. In my lifetime, teams are at some point some of the very best players in the world. Almost sakai. But it could be saying. I don't know which of their players are all share. Maybe Obeka saw more fum. But I was looking at the profile of these players.
98.9.
Omo about Liverpool this season. Minka so monya de mo bi mfama no siboni. But these guys are not world class. None. In my opinion.
Florent Vet is described as a generational talent.
As at 2 years ago now him no.
There be
last year cry now him no.
Last year, yes. So last year they no bought Liverpool.
So he blossomed.
Yes.
So in 1 year he has not reached a certain
pinnacle. In fact, 2 seasons ago, Oka Chabi Alonso team na.
That's right. Unbeaten. A hona amount for any a ban so.
Sure.
Take Hugo Ekitike. Meeting about 2 years ago. PSG crown Poakwa at some point.
I think so.
He didn't perform.
No, a PSG
player.
Yes. When Timia make the mark.
And call Frankfurt. Just like Omar Mamouche. Me who him Mamouche na Frankfurt together.
Yes.
FM 98.9.
So he's not been at a very high level for more than a year and a half.
Sure.
Oshem Milos Kekos. No Bournemouth. How many people who realistically follow a year top teams no? Even a year and a half ago, all mere Liverpool fans are no winning Kekos. Yenshe a year Alexander Isak. The first time I'm who no roles like that.
Yeah.
And I thought he was good. But for me, he wasn't world class. Then he moves
to Newcastle.
I've always said, sir, there are certain players, when they play at a relatively kind of level, without the kind of pressure and attention of playing for an elite club. Newcastle Omunio is a big club, but it's not elite.
FM 98.9.
Newcastle has won a trophy in 70 years. You can't tell me that club is elite.
Elite, yeah.
Until we honor the kind of pressure and said that in Nihosa.
We are not winning anything.
Until Bakrana Wame Boama, you winning us or Boama, you could do baby. Look at how they celebrated winning the League Cup. The League Cup is like the third trophy in England.
Yeah.
But it's also Munyi Bibia Densino. Then the other side of him, he's not almost always available.
Yeah.
He's not almost always available.
Yeah.
Then the other side of it, even if all of them are coming to Liverpool, it is not like they are coming in and they are better than the material that are even already available.
Why do you then go for him?
Inti, these are players who I see as almost 25 and under. These are players you're from Dachi. They would be around if they don't leave. They'll be around for some time. And then for the next couple of years, no, it's going to be a medium to long-term investment.
98.9.
And to say ABR, let's say an Mbappe going from PSG to Real Madrid, I know you're world-class at that. And then he's expected to take the team to the next level. These additions you're more by, that's my opinion. I don't think
They are not expecting to take Liverpool to the next level.
So what they will do is that they are going to compete and get those who are already there to possibly play above themselves or get the team to a certain kind of level. It is not a given. So we will be our German Bundesliga. We will be, and I watch the German Bundesliga a lot.
I know. What do you mean?
It is not a given. Say players will be free ABR Germany and also be free France with the greatest of respect because of the quality that is there. So we could root ABR Germany now you Bayern Munich their level is at a relatively lower level. At least a step or two below Bayern Munich. Could do France or ABR PSG. And he said, "Oh, Bemuna say ABR a year or two shinier." It's not a given. Say ABR could team be another level. Performance no automatically be kosher. It is not a given. Say all of a sudden. Vets performance no be compemping so be a huda. Last season, Bayer Leverkusen struggled.
Yeah.
Compared to the previous.
Yeah.
Checking the stats from last season. The team in itself struggled because no more could do pempen so be a. When you set a certain kind of standard for yourself in everything,
it's difficult to
but because of the additions, ABR, Jabi Alonso, that level of consistency could not be maintained. So it is not like ABR, Messi in his prime, moving Barca and joining Liverpool, then you're like, whoa, then it's going to go to another completely new level altogether. Any of the additions or Maba, that's my personal opinion. I do not think, say, Omo Pempensu Bia Sebiu, which of the additions or Maba are, and Ayabo Mudin within the forward conversation, are better than Salah. Which of them?
Say more is more.
That's the thing. It's not like ABA or more bano. Say, Mefan say even Ishakra Sabe Kahwa. They are nowhere near Salah. Like nowhere near. That's my personal opinion again. It's for me, when a club chooses to enforce, they have a number of reasons. Not necessarily say ABA yenya kwekua na ya ABA or buy na nan crew I na near winning. But what these people will do, they say, Omo level also relatively high. And he says, all of them can't play. Because to the best of my knowledge, Osha to say Keke Scrampa. And the Robertson is still there. Costas Chimakas is still there. And also so it's not even a giving that he will start.
Let's compete for that space.
So let's compete. And they say competition brings out the best in you.
Sure.
Into ABA, that is what Anne Slot is looking at. ABA, so wow, you're fan, so ABA, and then up front, at this point, you say Luis Diasco. There's a possibility that Darwin Nunes on Sobeko. Sebi, Minka and Kyle Moya, Diogo de transfer free. So all of a sudden, some spaces have been freed up front.
Sure.
Additions to Wabano, whether it's a KTK or whether it's Shaq or whether it's Vets or whoever. So I'm thinking Vets can play as a number 10 and can also operate from the wing. In fin fi honoma se Darwin Nunes score. Na se yinso kwa
Diaz.
Debbie Darwin Diego de Tadia Sebis were free, and Luis Downs were free. And Chiesa, we do not know whether there's a possibility he will go.
Yeah.
So if you look at Ketike and if you look at Ishak, they are very similar, like very, very similar. I don't see any of them operating wide.
No,
I expect to see them playing centrally. So if you have a Ketike and you have Ishak, I don't see them playing at the same time. Then this is where it even becomes a big conundrum. So we'll talk a player like a Ketike for 79 million. But you're sure, say, at that time, no, Nanka Isak relatively available. Even a week or two earlier, they may not have made the investment in a Ekitike.
Sure.
Because if you are spending 79 million on a typical center forward, old-fashioned center forward, and Isak is virtually similar. Isak Amihun Royal Society Amihun Newcastle. No. I don't see him operating from the width. Onisa pace, Onisa energy, no obe bombarded back and forth like a Salah or any other player, like a Luis Diaz or anything like that. And so both of them are very similar in nature. Now, if you're going to be spending figures for, let's say, Isak, over 100 million, you're going to be spending almost 200 million pounds on two very similar players. But maybe Arne Slot knows what he wants to do with them. Into me, or more from if they have the money and the players are available and the manager thinks, say, I'm sure that's what he's looking at. And then possibly the long term as well. Because Salah was 32. He will not be at this level forever. He may have to be rested and all of that. Matches be on here and so I don't see them as so more fun. But then again, I also want to look at it from the other side. So you're a Liverpool fan. If you really know these players, any demo, Minka and Casabia or Monya, no, that's not what I'm saying. These guys are literally hitting a certain kind of level. It's Omonye. So Isak about Newcastle.
They should not be excited about it.
They should be very excited. But Onya Van Basten, Onya Drogba,
sure,
at its peak. And a long list of players are mates me about. But of course, so we Liverpool fan. Naturally, we excited. Say we know that's a big creative competition. That's a big 1 year we need here. Why not?
Why not, Jesse? Nkrofo said, look, for the past years, player be Obiba Liverpool be blossoms. So we more banner. Look, they are going to blossom and take the league by storm. They said the more year no.
Well, first and foremost, Arne Slot has said in his at Japan after Yokohama boy, in his post-match press conference, he said he needs 6 strikers, 6 forwards. So, and in actual fact, Liverpool, even if they had gotten Isak, they would have still brought Ekitike because that's what Arne Slot wants. So Ekitike is more mobile. He's not your stable center forward. So it is most likely that Ekitike might compete with Gakpo at the left-hand side.
Cody Gakpo.
Yes. So there are plans of, you see, and if you look at it, so also he has 6 forwards, just like last season. If you look at it, you had Diaz, you had Diogo Jota, you had
Darwin Nunes,
Mo Salah, and then there was
Chiesa, Federico Chiesa, 5.
98.9.
There's a 6th one. The name is not coming to mind. But on top of my head, 5. And they were able to still accommodate them. Now Diaz is gone. Jota, tragic death. Darwin Nunes will go.
Chiesa will
go. So 4 is gone. Then you have brought in Ekitike. You see, Viet, Otono, basically to come and play number 10.
Sure.
And because, Alexander Arnold represented the creative force
of Liverpool.
But Oman Kwa, Soboslai is not, he's a workaholic. Or to me, bought 10 all right, but he's not able to create. So then,
because he's a typical number 8.
Then so you needed to quickly bring it. That's why Liverpool did everything to bring Viers, because they looked at his stats and everything, and they looked at how his creative actions, his forward moving actions are in and around the box and everything. They have brought him to bring that spark, that creativity in there. So, of course, there are occasions that they can play him as a false 9. That one, he's played it at Leverkusen and all those things. And that said, what it means is that Liverpool will still go to the market and buy. They will still buy. And that doesn't mean say more phone players based on, because you see, I think people have to appreciate this, that in the last 2 seasons Liverpool haven't really spent. Yeah, 2 seasons ago, Soboslai when they buy. Soboslai and McAllister. That's all.
Then Chiesa.
No, Chiesa about the previous season.
Okay.
You know, Klopp, the last period of the last
Klopp.
Soboslai, McAllister, and then who again? So Liverpool hasn't really spent. The previous season, it was a very bad season for them. Klopp decided they didn't buy. They only brought Atamelo. So clearly, over even to stretch it, over 3 seasons, Liverpool haven't really spent money. And so you brought in a new coach. How can find new coach aba? Coach, you know, player how can find buy or the man a Chiesa. And no buy no be use materials na on the G League. And he say how can so pay be out the man. Yeah, I mean you give it to him.
It's wise.
Yeah, it's only fair that you give him what he wants, because the previous season, assuming say you didn't trust him too much and his decisions and everything. Now, Chiesa and Alcofa and buy. As to whether even class Chiesa not recommended for Chiesa and also are recommended. The player he really wanted was Zubamendi. Zubamendi is what and so bottom line is that this season Liverpool has to go big, because the new coach came. We didn't buy any player for him. He's won the league for you. He's brought in cash, because at least Champions League, you know, you called previously you called him kakra. I mean cash buy. This season Waji League cash aba. You can say or some Champions League. So there's ready cash available. It's Tomano. So and at every rate, and last week I made a point. You see, Obiba in a time, and it is Liverpool's time. There's I mean, every player wants to play for Liverpool.
98.9.
Yeah, every player wants to play for Liverpool. Recently, this young boy, I see Arsenal for say Omar Kofano, you know, signing him at Liverpool. We're right, and he's such an exciting talent around. Then you see a lot of people are also not paying attention. Through the academy again, there's Rio Ngomoa, and we saw him. I saw the highlights of the friendly game against Stoke, and the Omobono Axa and Saba Omoko Japan. I mean, that young boy is one for the future. 16-year-old. Now, after game proper, only need 2 man in the last 27 minutes. Agura Brandt any D, you know. So there's talk about even keeping him around the first team and then making him come, you know, keep him as a super sub. So through the academy also, players are coming. Trey Anioni, you know, he's also another young and up and coming player and all that. So there's everything exciting about it. However, doesn't mean Liverpool will win every trophy available. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think that Liverpool is going to win every trophy available. But Liverpool will compete for every trophy. Me tia ubisamia. Trophies ni na de hu hia me pa Premier League. Say and it's not ba. Wa bay players ya bay. One mu G Premier League twice or 5 times na Champions League you do semi-finals here do Champions League you win 6. English club bien who beto yen. Manchester United even at its peak almost to me anto. India afi na omo da baby no omo ba baby bia. 6 you know. I'm okay. Oh, by 7 bar many beji. But the American say the most important thing they say at this rate, win the Premier League as much as you can. Say you beat me winning 5.
But I said, Nkofon, you bring all these players, it doesn't guarantee success.
No, but success doesn't mean you are winning every trophy. What I'm saying is that as for the Premier League next season, if we defend it and win it, and it's a given. I mean that Liverpool must be able to defend the Premier League title.
It's not a given.
It's a given. Why not?
It's football.
Even when no debut, it's football. I agree, but at this juncture, so who make you top 4? I don't know number 1.
Top 4. Supercomputer, the Abase, Manchester City, Arsenal, and Liverpool.
Happy FM.
In that order.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that for me, if at this rate and looking at the performance of Man City last season, I don't think that Man City stands a chance in winning the league. They will compete, all right, and they will be within the top 4. But if you are looking for somebody to win, I think it's a straight fight between Arsenal and the Liverpool.
Fancy Jesse.
I think so.
11 above.
At the end of the day, Liverpool, they are young fun players. Means true. Why? Players Rodrigo Numinaba means true. Why? Ombeba so amana.
And you know that such a for asema tomani prof otin abebiu enyo no mabo area ma prof e wo Legon otin abebiu ofa papa no pe mabo ai mabo ama na sana esi etie enti wa ofri suta ne abonkro mu ne dida achiase kwaman nom de be poso. Yeah, unim say Lumba, it was Saturday, Sunday, Friday, and you may be hano. Be rebe bia or mamponsuta, nya bria okwe. Dem bio tiasi bia, that's no kodida, uko insuta, uko bunkro, uko kupiemu, bahiri free or de ba, a baby femua, kokwa mine de. Nay, and you ya, and I know the juma. I was our one fancy name, there may be a for baby tea. Sana isi etie bra sosie wramu oye man mu na afi ye fa ensem awro no etimi ede ebrew ewo ehonom na mpacha kakra efi sports minister so ye ba ene wode dodo na etimi atu edwa ye de ho nsensem ebetimi aba na afi ye di ho enkomo kakra ne nsem okai zuba ede nsem pi ato national sports authority boss enim na enchemu no etisan ye de bu nchemu eba na ohun se de esi ekọ na Emmanuel Ajiman bedu enra the launch of a APL no eba GPL ni mo no ehon sensem so etimi ababa ma meka wo se na ewetimi akona abakoye na obi so obi pushi no obi pagya ode wo koso tabri we ma utina opitin ero tire so kaisa high sense na make for the amount high sense me kan cho se na so ye ne ma pa akoba se electronic items papa here ebeti aboa na wa utimi say no krese wo be no aduane na obebo modern so afrehwe bi ti say enei microwaves ade be wo me niam ani nyina no ase na etimi o make say no TV ahodo a emotions de daso a na images de daso etimi say eniam ekọ 32 inches ade kosi 110 inches display ni nyina no APL no akire no so na me san kai o say no akai no wa say laser TV na animu eba ti say de o mu gina wanim na anofia no manu mu no 100 to 150 inches no me pacho ni nyina ebi so abegu chapo dodo bia pe bia no pacho sa ebeti aka kai na chere so tu na mon kokodru so a somo so hene ne ohima aprako pe na omosa aboa se enei emfie no wachi emfie ba kokosi mfie num se koba ne se ade na hotechima obeti aboa no akra na kama pa unya no ba bia age se high sense na se utimi kopie na no pre na niema etimi ewie pe ma oboma ne pushi ahoma na nsa kra no di katie we baby abekọ Now when you be here, Isla gonna fin crying to La Paz, Bachona, Mipacho, industrial area na fe junction more, Achimota more, Western small tema committee 1 committee 25, and I fe Mipacho broadcasting baby on Sabitiaka, and they Okoko Piemu, Kumasi City more, Kumasi Dume, na fe so Tafahin Bronu Mipacho. Osa ebetia ka mo afi ukoko pie mu otano so a na wi a wato aso akwa kodu main station e wosunya hona ubehu mo poyiri pa dom building na mu a na bibia so etimi ekọ enkan na church no so no watimi atu na mo wato aso akọ tamale ato aso ufri hope twabu se hwi babesre kota kra de takwa sunya na so ohoi na afi me ba chaw eye oboase mankasi me ba chaw ene empo no kufodua ba bia. High sense, everyday prices for everyday people. 0302550000. In social media experience, no kwa. Ubenya no in social media pages ni na so no wa said ye niam sikoye free some na said ye infrase emfam free ministry no asye na enei enra ena ekoba ne se yete wo yenka wi hyem de hu yansan krata ene ensronchwe ahoro eba efifiri ba bi bebre ba se oh Ghana Football Association omo league ene omo ne kitamu na amaido do na kese omo ball no nye omo na tai ehwe league ne mum won kofuku omo ye ho adwuma no me pa cho ha de efe no etiatimi ye omo tiasem de enra omo timi enya sponsorship kase pa Adisa Productions Limited ya omo ba fa league no mo twa ye no bibia na sika eba be wuram ni about 10 million and over na acha say sika kase pa enya asem ketwa ewo honom na eno ene koba ne se launch no Uri friend of Kofi Idi Adams, Edin Sam Kakra, Etudja, ono, ene Pacho Sports and Recreation Minister. And I watch him say, Ojidi ye pass in this football economy no. Untimi nya club keke, se ubro se, niema obeya, ebemo ya club no. Titi se, empukwanya abefa so nye sika, na abe innovations, na fenso no, obeshe se, club no, diye no, eno, eni adia, se ushe in this football economy.
A club is more than a team, it is a business. Invest in marketing, publicity, and community engagement. It's no longer an option. You must do it if you really want to succeed as clubs. So take that seriously. It is also essential, ladies and gentlemen, to, as a matter of urgency, take seriously your home-based supports and don't disappoint them. We must also prioritize consistency in our players. The days where we just keep them for one season and the next moment they are going should not.
Samoa otimi edetuja na unim sports minister okasaya omani nya asem ba kopena na unim se ono ankaso ye kotoko fan ebrebi okare ha ono anso adana dia me hu so ye kotoko fan na eduru brebi a wo hwese de nema si kona also eduru brebi wo hwese de nema si kona Chancellor Dombote omo dominate a game no wa brand sana Cristiano Ronaldo any man si be dominate you as a football sa openo you beti aside ya base e agency e be niema eya.
Fans often go to the stadiums not only to support clubs, and we have come to realize this, but to watch the stars who inspire them. In years past, before the great rivalry of Ronaldo and Messi captured the world, you knew, and I knew, and I still remember very well. Ghanaian football was electrified by the rivalry between the likes of Charles Taylor and Bernard Dombote. We have had this before, so we can engineer it again. Today, you only hear of the Messis and then the rest, but we will create our own situation. And I say thank you to the GFA and Adisa Production for accepting to have this partner.
No man pomon sama mano kama adana di pefe chese ono ankasa no ene wo hwese de niema esi ekoye na omo ababedu ne dia ene relief kese pa e de ma de Ghana Football Association na enso no wo mo esan edi achi na eno ena oroba ko a omo agini di pa Ket ES Ukraku eri omo jisi Ghana ha no minim so ye Florentino Perez o sempo no we have ye Tebes o se wan yo na adwuma wo bo no e wo soro pa na wo hwe se de ne niema hesi akono menka se oye mepacho ene nyabotre prof si adwuma ne nhye dan ko ba bia ma menjeje ne ho sa prof na ka o ka to ti a me de me ka che onye me na me ka mo de mo ye ya na ma fa sem personal no misamo a nyame na me ka niema ekos na me bo yɛntia no ɔso ntimi ne tamfo nyɛ adwuma na ɛwɔ tamfo bi okruma ampa so ɔtɔto asa ɛno ɛyɛ nsɛm a ɛtumi ɛkɔ so na Ghana Football Association president ɛdɛ ɔno nsa vice president ɛwɔ CAF na emu nkyɛkyɛmu no ɔde dodoɔ na ɛtumi ɛbaeɛ no nso no ɛho sɛnsɛm kakra ɛtumi baeɛ na ɔno nso ɛkyerɛ sɛ o the adeɛ a ɔma yɛ yi deɛ initiative no ɛyɛ adeɛ a ɛyɛ sonko koraa.
Well, I think that is a bold statement. That equates to about $95,000 per club for a start. I have said that that will be the minimum payment, $95,000 plus minus dollars. And I think that the clubs will be happy. The idea is to give and offer the clubs to reorganize their clubs, to start for more quality, and to be very, very competitive. And I'm sure that when we launch the season itself on the level, we will give further better particulars about this amazing race.
We are some 30 years kraku ono Tiprekese Edemat Ghana Football Association as a CAF, a second vice president. And Yasap Keto, Poachma, or Chechimwa, is $95,000. And Jessica Keto, boys, no, and a penny for our mother clubs, I don't know about me, and Philip Papa, na, oh, yeah, no. Also, is super excited. A choir and Yama attending out. Now, Okaze, Adibiomu ignited the passion and then creating the wealth for all, no, and on a air to what was no.
I drove my heart out to them for going through the season without our appreciate their patience. But yeah, we are here today. And when a few years ago, I spoke about igniting passion in creating wealth, I'm sure we did not get the full picture. But today, we have a clear picture of our clear intent to create wealth and to share with everybody. With support from the private sector and from the president. I think that today marks a big step, a bold statement from the Football Association, joining hands with Addis Productions to bring quality content using our football into the hearts and minds of millions of fans. I am super excited.
And on 30 years of Krakun Sabo Kacha Tokra. Now, Bratia Bakwa Ghana football Dana Kumaso from time our Paul Pelin. And they call Arsenal. Na Sekwa and the Munkitiano Kita Butnam Futrumina. Ugo Kromua, the Cockicodinam Torino, Womenina, Utinisimuya, Chumana, Bratia, Emmanuel Achima by the tournament. Maybe a Ghana football near Makubia with the Chibina Bratiano, as soon as some Kakra, Etimi Atujano, Cheso, oh, Sika 10 million dear, a Sika Kessia Peba Walk Clubs. No, you tell you also a kind.
Gradually, we are getting there. It's been very difficult for the clubs, and if the AFA have passed through all these turbulences and have gotten something good for the clubs like this, we really appreciate their support. 1 million Ghana cedi before the league, it will bring a big relief for the clubs, and the well-being of the players will be well managed this year, so that we can get our stars to stay and to play our league for us. So it's a very heartwarming news, and I'm really excited this morning.
Yade said we say as Jesus Christ, John the Baptist, and Peter Mo Asia, Ayana, and Yantama Matthew, and Yanyama Biasa Keke, and Fahuana, and Nay, Yabaka, a 17 Kaka, Nemo Zuba, Aye, Nipa Kwan, no Sukushia Sports Authority, boss, or no Aye, Kumasi Meya, Ankasa, Papawi, Juma, or also Airborne, Richard Oforiachimai, or the South Kaka to just a Korokona, so million attractive. Pa.
Sting Kotoko in such a manner that it will be attractive to its support base and let it yield the needed financial dividends. What would require of you to also give us the appropriate support by making sure that our stadium is all the time in shape, and then if need be, and you'd have to fall on it for support, especially with the grass, the turf, would be available with our personnel from the tank and the Parks and Gardens Department for them to assist you to make sure that at any point in time, the pitch is in its right space to let football look the way it has to look, and then it will attract the support base.
We and some Zuba, I know at the friend on the Diankasa, Richard Ofori Achman, and so it's me to your former sports journalist, Nyasab Ketwa, and also a radio manager. Was the name among your same tea or sign a mayor or the and some etimi etu dwa owie na ose yansan kama obi antiase say supporters no role to play nemom ade ba ko eso mo hunu ene say sports minister say yan kanche sports authority say enei ohwe se de niam si ko ene se de empo no ball esi ko na kanse kotoko ball omo matches enwumre na omo appeal to omo say ombepe kwan bi ombebo omo no komati ball matches enwumre.
But one thing that the minister asked me to put across to you so that you carry it to those of the big men in Accra, especially GFA, is that consider Kotoko matches to be played in the evenings. Consider Kotoko matches to be played in the evening because we believe if Chelsea is playing at 2 on a Sunday and Liverpool will play at 12, the focus of football spectators, especially young ones who have gone to do their betting, will be on the Liverpool and Chelsea matches. So if we are playing Kotoko match at 3:30, they will not come. And running Kotoko is a lot of money. Players, accommodation, salary, and all of those. So if the spectators do not come to the sports stadium in the numbers that will help Kotoko to raise the right finances, then it means that the people who are running Kotoko, we are putting them in a tight corner and it will affect the overall economic fortune of Kumasi. We want Kotoko to enhance on our economic well-being, and we feel that if the GFA gives Kotoko the kind of attention that it requires, it will help Kumasi and for that matter, region to create employment, raise money, and let us grow the way we have to go. So let them know that.
We ayan Samoa ora King Zuba etimi attitude dwa say dem kai no yare cinemom high sense dem boy ma yetimi ekoma na ma wie pay san say ene say Yesu Kristo and so ene John the Baptist mo ne empo Peter etewa Judas Iscariot meho yankoyi obia ema ye bompaye agene mapa e de ado ntina e den a ensemedisi enko bompaye bia ewu honum.
And no Cretrodos here high sensor, the about chimney television, refrigerator, chest freezer, air conditioner. Now so unim say your laser TV, gas cooker, washing machine, smartphone, sound system, water dispenser, microwave, blender, rice cooker, kettle, iron, air fryer, kakrebim ponono. So to adie ewe ho, infie numuntem, se hontechema, ne friyania, fabra, yensie amawa, yabese sama. Se so the high sense showrooms no, ebu organa fanenina, inti bibina opato a, bwana iko, neko jodie, ebi one cry, tama, kumasi, Takrade, Takwa, Mankesim, Obuase, Sunyane, Techima, Tamale, Hoy, Kofodia, a Bona da Fomboko, Edemao, Siaka High Sensor, near Tredia Echeno, dear Papano, dear Ensenam Canian, dear F Feno, Nea Befono, Bibina Open Chrimua, Frey, 0302 550000, and Aqua Befon and Zentintanaso, Ubenya highsense.com.gh. Your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any YouTube or so, and also share High Sense Ghana. High Sense, the name was so be abotom, enono.
This August, Accra's turning up the heat and pouring up the flavor. Get ready for the second Accra Bar Week from the 7th to the 9th of August 2025. The city's hottest bars will light up with cocktail creativity from around the world. Bartenders and bar teams from South Africa, Kenya, Spain, Scotland, and beyond bring their signature flavors, recipes, and flair to Accra's vibrant nightlife scene. Then it all comes together at the Grand Showcase, the Accra Bar Show, happening on the 8th and 9th of August at the luxurious Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast City, Accra, from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. each day. Come explore and experience the art of mixology and beverage production, from exhibitions to product sampling, masterclasses to seminars, and all the networking your taste buds can handle. Don't miss out on this electrifying celebration of drinks, craft, and culture. Follow our pages at Accra Bar Show and stay posted for more details.
When I day home and want something quick to chop, everything day inside, groundnut milk and sugar. I only need some water, so kiss made easy. Kivo carry me, for your office, boarding house. Kivo carry everything day inside, groundnut milk and sugar. I only
Kivo 4-in-1 Gary Mix. Soakings are easy. This advert is FDA approved.
Big goal. Big goal. Number one everywhere you go. Biko. For the friends and the family. Biko. Big refreshing moment. Biko. For the kids and the adults. Biko. Boys and girls with a drink of Biko. Everywhere the party day. Biko. We go mash up the place with it. Biko. Greatest in every battle. Biko. 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 Greatest in every battle. Bigo. Big refreshing moments.
Big old drink. Big refreshing moment. Another quality product from Trillium Industries. This advert is FDA approved.
Hankwa ena omo yenum omo nsuo. Enye Ghana hankwa na omo wo. Omo wo 9 other African countries. Enti entemtem ya switch to Djibo. Na ubenya a convenient way to refill all your dispenser bottles. Your airport close to Alliance Francaise. Not Lagos, your Wisconsin Road in Iswaden Town, your next to Cosby One College of Fashion. Uba Osua, close to Photo Club Imaging. Asalandam Yechiheya, opposite Old Togo Embassy. Udu Dansuma, your exhibition runabout. Sotium at the Choba Junction. Miami Madina, opposite Social Welfare. Baby, I'm a boy in a so honor peso ye distributor and answer reseller ama jibua. Friend number with 0302528669. Jibu a better life. Sounds so. And a soccer bet some more for a great opportunity to win even when you are losing. And not a soccer chance. For 10 plus games, making sure say us nina a 1.30 or higher. Lose one game pet. Yeah, rewarded 3 times your stake. Terms and conditions apply. Me guys no ewo ha. Me guys no ewo studio ha. And tentemwa good news. Ye adibe ye kwame jumwajima yeo. Legon cities eko ya na 1 million. Kwame. Muko ye 1 million. Eno eye production dealer GFE.
1 million.
Kwame 1 million eye production eye dealer GFE any Ministry of Youth and Sports nyina akambo mu a ene omaje ediama clubs no uhuni sen.
Life is like that. Kaunya ya na nka ho nso nye de bia na obinya nsa. So there's nothing you can do about it. So we can now say we've moved on. We are gone in see. For the clubs or for the clubs that would get the opportunity, I mean, send it. I always say, football is a business. Say, some funding, beba into your business interest, whatever it is. Say football, we say DNU. Nasa will be to me aboa. I'm our business, I can't kind and as operations, I can't kind with respect to Niama Obey on a day-to-day basis and all of that. If you speak to any of the 18 clubs, Ghana Premier League now, they will tell you, say, in a season, I would be very surprised if there is any club or Ghana Premier League on spending close to this figure for all the 34 matches now, Bebo. That's for the home and away matches, transport, health, salaries, and all of that. Ebi Krampa, Dudwana, that is why consistently, we've raised the point, whether as a journalist and as someone who's worked in football administration, say, until we get to the points, football ecosystem, no, so financially beneficial. So we're running football club in Ghana beyond sponsorship, beyond transfer of players, beyond ABRCK. Ubenya from gate proceeds, no, and as sponsorship, no, you can be in a position consistently, no. Saudi sikano be a shape football team, no ma. Ubenya be crowd on Chenya, ube to media boa with your medium and long term investments. But until time, you be do some pempensoi, any kind of amount would be appreciated because trust me, even the big boys like Kotoko and Heart of Oak, they would confidently tell you that when it comes to gate proceeds these days, it's nothing to write home about. When it comes to transfer of players, I do not recall the last time I caught any Hearts or more transfer a player before a blockbuster fee. Anything above $200,000, Minkai. And maybe for them, they are lucky because Kotoko dear. I don't remember the last time it was internally generated funds and nobody ran a club. No, Nanabe Miska. And I said people who are, who have a certain kind of loyalty to the club would always support them in one way or the other. Oshe has and so Togbe is helping. So obviously, Honsomo is financially stable, kakra. But for the relatively smaller clubs, Sikadodwana and Shadama in the name of gate proceeds. No, what they are looking out for opportunities like this. That's a biomutin year. Now, in the course of the season, and you get somewhere in the region of about, let's say, anything from maybe $200,000 in CD terms, it's Gabibri, Onania. Now they are balance. So you're hoping, say, that system, no, almost every time be a say at least what the whole season that's when you're anywhere from $100,000 then you can plow back and then see how you can invest that into your club. A bit me or team. But even that is not really happening. And then see. So Binyas Kapudu Bisa and then see. So if something like this is coming out, I don't know what the financial terms are. And Rana Minya Sansi, I don't know what the financial terms are and when the money is going to be made available. Say be a buy and then you and I say it's funding that will be spread in the course of the season. And now say be in a certain kind of tranche. I don't really have those details right now.
The idea the beginning of the season, the clubs will be giving 1 million each.
Beginning of the season. And so now about 2-9.
Yeah.
Oh, which is good news.
Yeah.
Because intense where before the start of the football season, so sponsorship crown pull back. I mean, offering a Ghanaian club, even an elite club, 1 million Ghana cedis is a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, if you operate in the space, you would understand why I say it's a very, very big deal. And I'm sure, sir, for all the 18, before the start of the season, it will do them a world of good. It will do them a world of good. But even if at the start of the season, even in trenches, the first trench, maybe 300,000, 400,000, 500,000, whatever it is, it will do the clubs a world of good. And then maybe at some point, second trench, maybe third trench. I mean, whatever it is, 1 million Ghana cedis is a big deal for any Ghanaian club. And I just hope, say, you won't be that. And Kombane say, figures like this will be put out there or will be mentioned, and then then also but I would want to believe, say, it's time Kakra call the leadership of the Football Association within the last 3, 4, 5 years, a fair bit of sponsorship deals have been signed. There were issues here and there. I would want to believe so. Ketting upon for some lessons would have been learned in Sisubi. Minim approach you almost a company approach you I don't really know, but whatever it is, there was an approach, and I asked Nasi Yahek and Kratemu, and then we have appended signatures. Into once I appended signatures there, I'm hoping say both parties will play their role in Adesa company. If they are committed to 80 million Ghana cedis to all the 18 Premier League clubs as quickly as possible, Sikanobe hits your more accounts, and I hope say there's no percentage for anyone anywhere. In 800,000 and now 700,000 because Obina Didi Nebai and you also hear the percentage and all of those things that we used to hear in the past. For me, it's a good thing, and I'm sure the clubs would appreciate it.
And Kwame Kana anopa sempa resist enka beya yenya clarification the source of the.
Oh yes, I asked that question this morning. Every now and then. We've had companies who have come in to support. So, for example, we catch them and say, Adesawi, Debbie, Adesa, we can't Adesa, TV3.
Adesa.
There's a connection there. Okay, I don't know about that. Okay, let's say this company almost for 18 million. Who is behind them? What are their books? Have they ventured into business before? What kind of business? And then are they in a position to pay? Because it's one thing to write 80 million cedis on a piece of paper.
Remember, it's a production deal.
It's a production deal. Another thing is to be in a position to
want to spend.
It's not just a case of. But I want to believe so much at our level now, because I would be very surprised if due diligence would not have been done and all of these before the signatures better paper. Before mobile sign, naturally, I would expect someone to do due diligence on the background of who is involved, who is the boss, are they in the capacity to pay, all those things. So more and yet before a normal signing deal now, I will be very surprised.
Especially if baby are you free banner with.
That's what I'm saying.
With the betting company, now in fact, deal no deal no yet how can say per what we have checked, only capacity to pay the 3-year a year deal.
And the cobas up
a bass up. In fact, no and
Crawford be chairman.
Yes, and Crawford a cancel mudia muye naysayers, sana ya muya, but a by Pepe Penty. We are expecting say we enquire, sir. Just that the number person me catch I can put say I have checked from the ministry. Say and come my clarification. Almost see enko Effie so ye from my so I want to put that on record. Say we have approached
a press conference. No more opportunity for questions.
So I think Kate said that you can't say almost starting league, almost launching league no proper. They will give us more details about the production.
But at the launch, all of these things can
but there's
questions. Crawford speculate say is a government funded and all that. But is the reason why me approach ministry this morning. I'm saying
sorry free now who are the owners of Adisa. What they do.
Oh, that one we can link, but
the
more you link,
the production wing of Media Journal.
No.
Yes.
We don't know that.
No. Yesterday, I'm telling baby, so based on the information, there's an information I got. So
okay.
So I understand that they have been involved in productions, but not football production. So the other productions, but then football, this is going to be their first time that they are going to do something like this.
Okay, I want us to concentrate on how the clubs will benefit from this.
But equally, it's important, because this money that is coming in, obviously, it will help the clubs a lot. Have a loaf is better than none. I mean, last season, literally, we played the Sakura League.
We only have a loaf. We a full loaf.
A full loaf.
This is standard. This is a full loaf.
Have a loaf is better than none.
But this is not half a loaf.
Half a loaf is better than none, based on last season. That's what I'm saying. That's the point I'm making.
Okay.
Enti se ushemwa abaye pa ofa. For example, a club like Hoho United, now Oba League Fufro, now what spend this car Division 1 na Oba no, we say only 1 million Ghana cedis as startup money, which means there's a possibility says can it be to me about account. Inti na we $10,000 and $15,000, $95,000, 1 million Ghana cedis. And yes, back in Atlantis, the amount say fashion. I think that is good news. It's very, 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 very good news for the club. As they are taking the 1 million Ghana cedis, responsibility down also. Sure.
You mean the clubs?
Absolutely. Sure. We need very good production. Hopefully, Adesa should give us very good production. But as our good production, pitch is better than Mbebono. Because we want to sell. You see, this thing, I want to tell you, can sponsorship, and I say you can't money, and I sika buy a game. We tend to limit ourselves to Ghana and Ghanaian companies. Until a band won't say na. Yeah, Ghana economy, the size of the economy as compared to South Africa. South Africa economy is soon, and they are able to attract money, bigger cash and all those things. The thing is that now the world has become global now. And I can't say we are in a global village in Titikasa, but no cranny say Ghana must be able to position itself to attract money from anywhere. It doesn't matter. It is a whole town league now. One town and Ghanaian companies pay. who turn league no ama the international community say wow would did this say who person won't turn nyoma turn no me pacho bra league ni I already see a beton. And I think that should be the mindset. So if that mindset comes about, then it means that we have got to now begin to set very high standards for ourselves. And so high standard, you know, is so important. Say, Kofi,
yes, sir.
You cannot own a football club at the Premier League level and expect that government should come and develop your pitch for you. You cannot. A biane say 1 million ebe. And first and foremost, wow club, you must be ready to pump money and invest in the basic things. Basic things like having a very good infrastructure for your league. You must for your
club.
For your club. And you're very important. Say you best sound this way. 10 bia you can't say na aban. Uto play aban be this can be.
There be.
On be. And so please, our Premier League clubs must understand that first and foremost they are limited liability companies. Who your company or your club near your company? Who render who sell a service called football? Who told my and a man for about Beshem Wenyeska. And so primary focus they say may pitch you know as I say and I think that this one we have to call on the regulator. The Ghana Football Association say a fee sa club license na ye no kukwasa any humobo sa nyoma no yen hwene yenjai because wunim Kofi the woman say ya anye ye nyoma yie wo ha CAF edit abo no. You see, you may treat the clubs here with kid glove, but a true CAF level, I ain't sharing this amount.
Sure.
In the end, start to say we are being hard on ourselves now. Let's start becoming hard on ourselves. A Biani say ene Gold Stars are qualified for Champions League. No, Gold Stars ne baby obo no between our Champions League. Come to me.
So bebo one crying.
Oh, you are. So see, I Chroma say I and Cry Penna a bit me hosting CAF games. Chroma yetin, I can't stadium back up. And the trauma, you treat you and as a club owners, no, omo ye and papa, and I yafa boys, and I share boys, and ye we. But it's a business, first and foremost. And and all these things must go to the regulator. Say the regulator must start cracking the whips. Say no cre. Say benya 2 good pitches. Now you boy games no. Now you cha. Atonwa international world is better than for us to go and play on all these pitches in the name of we want people to you see in the name of this thing called community club we want to make our well if you want to make the community part of your club so that they can own the club and all those things, well then you have got to do your home ground. So that's all you're pitching. So for me, beyond taking the money and enjoying the money, it's important say you be sound this hard way. A bedroom pempen so be and I try me games do what the 1 million. Muntien clubs in 10 year pa what the 1 million. And ya fena would the relegation any about child gamer and na say mo try me games do entina me lose no. Ya tibida entina make us as we no. Ya tibida pa and I try me games do and I try me games do and I try me games na mean to me nyoma ese me ye yempese beti say one more kwakodi 1 million. 1 million. Enti say camera no dru a no abio gate. We biemu. No mama be trying to come. No difficulties. No wentry. A BM, of course, there will have to be discussions about before the season starts because say prize money no say dey to oma clubs and so I be try games bebre. Say unim say for example, I mean in the English Premier League based on a particular club the number of games are you trying at the no I can't say additional resources revenue at the amount. And let's tie those things to revenue. It's also very important so that some clubs will not feel that because I play on a very good pitch, near time camera near the aba, and I hope
and answer me what larger following
and ABM, the two most glamorous clubs. I don't know whether they will sit around. They'll sit around the table and have conversations as to whether
send a proposal on the code
equally. So I'm saying that there are certain rough edges that has to be smoothened, and I hope say they will act like the big clubs, the big brothers. And, very important.
Black Queens ako waf konaba among the sources kakraba.
Kakra. Semi-finals, third place, kakra. Now, to me, tournament, to me qualify since 2018. Now, I got third position about.
And the issue of equal pay. Where do you stand? Who are calling for equal pay?
Is a slippery slope.
We one kwachi mota. Oye asantini say one kwachi mota nka untimi nka ne said you can. One kwachi mota.
Yiti ameka say eho ye true ne say. Say who demand equal pay in a working environment. Na say ye na adwuma na ye no. E de sasika no ne badia. Ubeka say ye fair. Osha America for my any almost started some come because who could drew America a man no born no and no crampo coinim ese mema no. Once in the 70s no na retirees no koho. Yeah. Send ye no mother sokodo. No mo koho no peli no nia di no mo koho eko page sports no. Because now could draw no more friend of football, friend of soccer. Now could draw no more dear no basketball, ice hockey, baseball, any idea and need name. Intina soccer no na enshada enko kansa and all these no be ya but into me for many years it was pretty much like an amateur thing. Inti man no so be kaya ma me be near friend of me how or more generation no or more ma ball no kon to the extent so more who still World Cup winning in 1999. Inti a man to a very large extent contributes here Emma soccer coordinating. And in a country like America, the federation, Sunil Galati, I think that is his name, were pager sports no on the back of a man's success no, so they can demand that. But every other environment outside the United States no, so okay say yenchis cannot pair. The first question you are likely to be asked and say, "Ahina odiba," and ya no pay because ABA a member no omuko winnie World Cup. Sika FIFA de momo let's say $35 million or something like that. Out of sa sikano ebi teku ana ebi simple e de amakwaku ana kofi. Na manu so ko winnie World Cup for example ye masing even at the FIFA Women's World Cup I don't think say the winning fee is even up to 10 million. I don't think so. It is okay is can yen no pair. On what basis are you calling for equality? Ebi ayeti hey bini aba fati. Any equesca. A juma moye wa hanum no. They can demand for a certain kind of salary or more no crab bro a mema no more hanum based on their work they do here because they are contributing to the kitty with respect to the revenue of a happy FM.
Sure.
But
offer
a yet to say be a Black Queens. Now afraid to say be a Nations Cup. Now share the value of men's football will crum her. Now share the value of women's football will crum her. In terms of a financial conversation, a bear din kakra, so Becca say a mouth do see. Unless say a binding decide, they say, look, we think that the women have brought a lot of glory, a lot of value to the gamer. Maybe when it comes to the bonuses, maybe a Black Stars match near more 10,000 for them to go out.
ABR mono because of most more value modiaba as far as a year maybe the revenue side of the game is concerned. No, ABR monso yebema will say yebema will say. But because a yen chair, then the first thing that is likely to happen is a yebe CBE, no, which is the cost benefit analysis. Say your mom will say now nations cap no cry omudi ted omunya 350,000 and then come we on benya 1 million.
1 million.
What the 12 con who myself con we I think it's about what 7 million now. About 7 million or so. In so semifan so mu winning pona say yi bi a charm or more. Mo 1 million now mo the ban some mu winning ya. Yentimi mamo that kind of consume when it comes to spreading the funds. And see, for me, I do not think, and I'm speaking for Ghana, in the Ghanaian context, say, UK near the omu person ya nature so mu ska omu bit media. But in our context, I think it will be a stretch. We can up their performances. We can up their ABR
bonuses.
ABR more tekua. Yeah, found because ABR so more bohom or more. Because in any case, the last time Yenya BB, as far as a medal was concerned, a year AFCON, you have to go back to 2015 because 2017 credit fourth. Until from 2015, Yenya medal be our AFCON number. Emano, I think the last time Omunya BB was 2016. I think so. Beats me up. I think they got it. 2016. I don't see a bronze. I think. Bronze. Yeah. Mefan say in 8 years. They haven't won any medal of any color. And see, going into this tournament, and now you're doing that we can give them something to appreciate their efforts. But because you're in pair, Ukraine, I do not think we are there.
Jesse, where do you stand?
I think that if you are looking at it purely from a business point of view, say when out there by TSOG say there, then you say that look, it's we shouldn't have that argument. But there's also the sentimental side of things. First and foremost, at the Black Queens level, no, clubs, how much do they get from there? So we can look at it with this sentimental point of view. This part of it. And besides that, so would you more related to Memana? Memana say more number. So still I am more muska. No, free from last time I did fourth was 2017. From 2017 up till now, they have not been able to cross the group stage. But still I am more muska. You give them all the pomp and pageantry. You the chair president. In fact, there was the last one. President Eba Munchen Kumasi. Any be dinner near the day. The Cote d'Ivoire Mukushi Poto. And in terms of say a mano, we if we are going to make the pure argument on the basis of business, then we don't come in. I mean that will not come. But I think that on the pure basis of sentimentalism, and look, you can take me on because you can't do things on the basis of sentiments. But I feel that look, it might not be equal, but we can get close.
Okay.
We can get close. So for example, say Black Stars at this juncture almost 10,000. I think the Black Queens should take 8,000. It makes a lot of sense because the Black Queens can say that we were the first major senior team to qualify for a senior World Cup.
FIFA World Cup.
They can make that argument. Well, so this is where the other thing comes. The logic people, the business oriented people. Okay, you call 2006, you the same in buy. You call 2010, you the $11 million in buy. You
call 2014, you the 9 million.
9 million, close to about
2022, you the almost 12 million.
So we have a basis to show why we are taking the kind of money we are taking. But the point is that previously, when they were not qualifying for the World Cup, we were still giving them money. giving them money.
0551 563916.
For me, we it cannot be equal, but we can come close. At least 8,000 be the M1. Just a bomb.
Your friend said, "Go referee fan." But you when
lawyer,
lawyer, lawyer, me tell you catch a jum. Baby, I want they wo papa.
You can't manage this. This year they say.
Yeah, call it you.
They make cancer man in charge with people now. And that got 10 billion each club in another. Me and then one I say, my bring that, my bring you on to New York and Ghana for unity at the end. Mammy, that's in my game. You need just add me of the world Ghana had that. You American say, you were and a president, every president George is here. Okay, you best start the league. No, Catholic, you know, with me at the league. When the coach will call a pressure call. And as I'm with the ideas in Nadi, leg my heart. That's it. It's made an echo. Yes, that's an ancient forecasting. She wants for them on back. Yes, about for the mount. It doesn't win. You get politics. I think I can't hear. You will say political talk. The third term now, or Poakwa and lawyers. So it's me that Yami. Now, the day Obiba says, "Kanamu be a man, just the actor for that. Or the market."
That's it, lawyer. That's it, lawyer. Me chat to him to Oben Antiako near her. Your friend saying, "Oh, referee Eva."
Hello, Prince. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your friend has to me for free time. Prince, me pato. Sikana dema class no. If you don't see unprecedented, is it true?
It's unprecedented.
Are you sure? You're Ghana how? I'm going to be $120,000 now. Class no. Have you forgotten?
No, say I'm not value of the dollar.
Don't look at the value. Look at the amount, please.
Are they?
$120,000. $120,000 and $95,000.
Deal Ben Aokano. Then deal Ben Aokano.
Oh, 130 time. Are you forgetting Glow?
Glow. Okay, Glow. Na sasika ni nyina bae.
Amba makaka kwa kete na be enjoy here. Bunim ye de mama ye send you could be sala ji group so because 129 the man no. And kwa na this ni field.
But medase o de medase ye o de ye fo bi foforo ye fro say o frɛ
Obiba Ina dama ajana wana mikasa fitome kwa ya Obiba.
Oh yeah, last caller born in 10 tem ni enko.
Yo me born kel. Ye be bo omanpanyi abaso na ye bo ye say atese. Na ye bo NDC abaya abaso. Na ye bo ye president abaso. The one ko kan aga emma. And NDC shebo aga emma. It be 8 years.
Medase ye fro say o frɛ fa.
Hello?
Kasa over 30 seconds, Kasa Nianko.
Okay, Mama Mone Juma.
Me ya Jose.
You see, na me kabibia fire Jesus, unam kuma ase, at least na mukabibisa one anope. Ase your local Jesus and Sharando. So, and yes, you. Anyone heading because the last time I got to release Jesus, we must 500, 700 cities. You may say, how many people can afford that? And yes, Western can say, other Jesus now, can't bet man 70, 100, into a woman brother for my bet mamma, a bet pity like a bet matter cost, Uncolabano, and Mocas and Colano, or one who has Jesse Crada, or who got to Jesse Crada.
Medase, Yedase, say, Moamo friend, Sabrina news, and